My phone is right here too, Yuri. Did you guys see the ABG Neal video?
Yes.
Yes.
We got to talk about that.
You want to open it up with that? Or
I think we are live, yeah. It's
right
really
in.
unfortunate to think that this is going to really kind of like overshadow the fact that he's dope as fuck and that he's got his tape coming out and he's really like one of my favorite dudes rap-wise, and I feel like this is just going to follow him. You think it's going to have a huge impact on his career?
I'm like, do you really think that it's that big of a deal?
Dude, I say that just because he puts himself out there as the toughest rapper. Like, he was saying all that kind of stuff on the podcast with me. It's like that. It's kind of hard. Like, I don't know. I think people like him in general, and I do think they'll continue to be able to do his thing. But man, I don't know. He was really putting himself out there with that fun gangster energy.
But he also says he owns Gap and shit, so it felt like he was trolling anyways. By the way, sorry everyone about my voice.
I'm like, do you really think people were taking him serious as like, I'm the biggest gangster in the world, nobody can touch me?
And I don't think he's big enough that like all the blogs are picking this up. Like, look at this guy getting beat up, and I think he'll be able to
You're
get
right that they're not
over this.
talking about it that much, but do you think it's going to end up following him no matter what? Like, the bigger, like if he has a massive song tomorrow, this is going to be a big part of the conversation because we've seen it happen with a lot of different people. You've seen it happen with fucking Shy Glizzy, a lot of different rappers where they get robbed or beat up or some shit, and then it kind of momentum slows a lot. I feel like now his tape has to be crazy, like his music has to go crazy to sort of overpower this.
I mean, this is the thing. I feel like if you are a nigga that has been around, or you've been in the streets, or you've been whatever, like if you've been in that type of lifestyle, then you know that like sometimes you just take an L. It's like nobody's fucking winning every fight. It wasn't like he got beat up in a one-on-one personal fight. Yeah, he was getting his ass
so
beat
bad.
by like.
Let's tell the people who might not know what we're talking about.
ABG Neal, man, he got fucking beat the fuck up because so he's a blood, and he was saying GDK, which is gangster disciple killer. So that's what they're accusing him of being in that video, right?
They could have just probably caught that nigga, just made up whatever reason they wanted to just beat him up and violate him.
I saw some comments saying that ABG Neal or whoever he's associated with, that there really is like a gang war in LA, or excuse me, in New York, and that he totally is sort of on one side of things. So like like if you look up the video on YouTube, like people like in the comments and in the description, like they know who it was who's doing this. We don't know him because I think he's like a smaller rapper, and we are ABG Neal fans, and we still remain that way. But that's kind of crazy that like people know who this is and everything.
I mean, I just feel like in 2019, it's like everything is recorded, everything's caught on camera. It's like if you take an L on camera, it's like, my nigga, what can you really do about it? Somebody else is gonna take a new L tomorrow, next week. It's like, is it really that big of a deal? It's not gonna end his career. He's still gonna be way more relevant than whoever the fuck he was beating him up or
do you
whatever.
think that the YBN Almighty J
he turned
that was a big deal. Let's be real.
He turned that around though, fucking
with the video and
he
stuff.
turned that around 1,000%.
But he hasn't had like. But the thing with
that song was so hard though.
The problem is if you're Almighty J, is that Almighty J's music is already not cracking, and then he gets beat up really bad, gets his face cut open with a bottle, all that shit, and then it's like.
Did you hear the song that he made after that?
I don't know, but I just know that I've been paying attention to Almighty's career. I fuck with him. He's a nice kid. I don't know about nice, but I like him. He's the homie.
Yeah.
But let's be real. I mean, his music was not really popping at that moment, and then you get beat up that bad. That's a weird look. Although I will say that seems like it's kind of already faded into the background. Pretty bad.
I saw a picture. I don't know if it was a recent picture, but like the fucking scar on the side of his face was
crazy.
Gnarly.
Yes.
It's like still there. Like,
I still think that he can bounce back, Jay and Neal.
He bounced back. If y'all never even heard the song, neither of you guys, but he made this hard ass song with the video. Like he still had the stitches in his face. It was it was fucking fire. It came out like the next day.
You relate to someone who took an L, huh?
You said what?
You're like related. You like tend to side with the guy who takes the L.
Because you know why, nigga? I've been jumped so many times.
Really?
What, bro? And like,
but not like that.
I mean,
you never had big old holes in your face.
Bro,
and
I still
shit.
have a fucking scar on my eyebrow from getting busted in the face with a beer bottle, bro.
That was crazy. That video was fucking crazy.
Yeah, there's a video of it on Twitter from like 2015.
You know
but you didn't get beat up.
You know what this reminded me of? Yesterday, when I saw Blueface, I signed this for him, like for an Instagram video, and he forgot it. But
he didn't forget it.
But what I wrote on it still applies to you.
To the famous Crip. I felt that.
You're like the only other Crip I know, so.
I mean, there we go.
Is this for him now?
I actually know a bunch, but I still, it seemed like a good one.
Jack off to you.
Jerk off to me. That's what I'm saying. Blueface opened it up, saw on his butthole, and he was like, "Whoa!" Like his eyes fucking jumped out of his head. I swear.
Did he not know that Penthouse was like a porn magazine?
I don't. I mean, I guess he probably knew, but I mean, it was pretty weird that he opened it up to the exact perfect page.
Can we not go into a whole nother rant about another hour rant about Penthouse again?
Yeah, no more of that because that shit got demonetized. So I didn't even put it up as a separate clip anyway. And even with that being said, maybe we should turn it over so we just have these weird golden lips.
Golden cum.
But anyway, ABG Neil, I'm so excited for the tape. And
I didn't know he even had the tape coming out.
But you know what? The thing, there's a problem. Yeah, it's called Cocaine Cowboys, I believe. But
a great
the
name.
thing
Great
that
name.
is, you sound like you've been on the Cocaine Cowboy
I didn't
tip.
do any drugs
No?
this weekend.
But
She did.
Not like you.
Just yelling? I did not. I was in bed by like 1 every day.
I did a little bit of drugs, but not as much as I usually do.
Right.
Sure.
You weren't wilding? I didn't like hear
No.
about you wilding, so I figured you didn't really wild
No.
that hard.
I did pretty good. I mean,
We
I'm,
wild out at the fucking Balenciaga store and the Louis Vuitton
that's
store.
where we wild out at for real.
Really?
Bought my bitch some Balenciaga sneakers.
Oh, wow. What
No.
made you? Well, yeah, I saw you tweeting about that and saying that it gives you a license to cheat. What made you want to
You're
buy her
so
those shoes?
crazy.
Cause I don't know.
He's just trying to be funny and he's
I'm just trying to be funny.
lying.
You
Now,
just
you know-
wanted to be able to say it in a song and not be lying.
Exactly. Exactly. Nah, and you know, I honestly like this weekend, just the whole Vegas experience. It just like it put me in a really good mood. It was just like, man, like I feel like I'm making strides toward like really building my career and really doing what the fuck I want to do and like releasing new music and shit. And I was just in a good space. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy my. I don't even want Balenciagas, but I'll buy my bitch some Balenciagas.
Were they the one like the slipper like sock type
Hell
one?
no, hell no.
No, those
They're
are
these
hideous.
crazy ass like trainers, but then they light up in the back. Like you like
They are
press a
kind of
button.
crazy.
When did shoes become fucking science projects, man?
It's
Dude,
insane
they
that
come
like,
with a USB charger and all types of crazy
You
shit.
sure that the Balenciagas are not LA Lights?
We bought them
No,
inside of the
I don't have
Balenciaga
Balenciaga
store.
store.
Donnie's old enough to remember those. You know what I'm talking
I
about,
know
right?
LA lights are, yes.
But you know, that's one crazy thing that I noticed that it never seems like it goes away is that I will
Light up
always see a little kid walking around with light up shoes.
Just
guess
gonna
what?
say,
That
like,
just doesn't stop.
but now
like
I need
the
my kid to
older-
have Balenciaga light up
light
shoes,
up shoes
though.
exactly. I feel like
Very good point. LA Lights did it first. That's what I'm saying.
And
The
they're not like
older we
some,
get,
they're not like
like
some
the-
corny like you step on them and they light up. You have
No,
to
they
like
just
press the button. They do like a rave.
hey, I don't think that's corny. I think it's kind of tight.
No, I
Yeah,
think it's
you
cool. Now you press the button on the back and like it changes like 8 different colors and then it has like a rave setting where it's like flashing all types of lights.
I told her she needs to wear it when I go to my next rave.
That is so
Bum,
cool.
bum, bum,
Yeah,
bum.
I should have bought them for myself to be honest, but like
Right.
I didn't really want them. I bought myself some Jordans. That was it.
Ooh, look at
Just
that.
regular, just regular, you know.
That is regular schmegular. No,
Regular,
no,
regular.
those are nice. How much those cost?
Cool, like 200-300. Nothing.
See, I could wear those Jordans.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of Jordans that I could
Bro,
not
let
wear.
me style you, bro. I keep telling you.
What? I'm styled by Nelk Boys today, as you can clearly see.
I kind of like
Yeah.
your drip right now. I'm not gonna lie.
This hoodie is mostly
I do
about
like the
back.
jacket. Where is it?
Oh, you about to twerk for camera or something?
Oh God,
what
why
does it
can't
say?
my boyfriend send?
Oh, that's like
that's
the.
kind of cool hoodie.
That's
Trying
like
to
the.
fit in with the young kids, you know.
Well, it's that print is from like a Thrasher print.
The young kids love Nelk. I'm
do.
trying to get down with Nelk. You know, I want to let them know.
Well, like
hey, I play Fortnite.
I feel like the college people love Nelk, not like the young kids.
No,
I feel
think
like a lot of
young-ass
the
kids.
14-year-olds love Nelk. But yeah, like college age too, for sure. Like
Yeah.
you're not getting into Nelk if you're 35.
I heard that like when they
Yeah.
go to colleges and shit, like they
Oh,
fucking
it's so
go
fucking
crazy
lit.
when they're there.
They're so huge. Like when you
Yeah.
think about the fact that YouTube is not really like trying to push their content, I don't think, because
exactly.
it is pretty adult. Like they're drinking and swearing and all this crazy
And
shit.
talking about nose beers.
And they still get so many views. Dude,
It's because their fan base is just
Yeah.
fucking
I mean,
tapped
they're
in.
like the new reality TV.
the other day I got stuck on Steve's channel and I was watching him do all these
Damn,
videos where
I didn't even realize he had his own
What is
Oh,
channel.
he
he
has his own
drinking?
channel, and no, he does videos where he takes a ton of like weed edibles.
Oh God.
And he does so many videos where he will just order like the most disgusting amount of food you could ever imagine and then just eats it. And that's just our regular upload to him. Like he uploads a lot. So that's a big.
I gotta
like,
go tap into Steve's channel.
Every couple days, Steve is straight up consuming like a disgusting amount of food and making himself like sick.
Like what? What kind of food
That's
we talking though?
crazy.
I mean, I watched him eat, you know, those what's the giant pizza in the red and yellow box that everybody
Oh,
always
yeah,
What are
orders?
you
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about? Fuck, he ate one of those by himself.
Yeah.
So that's like for 20 people.
No, but you know what? He cut it so it was like the world's biggest slice of pizza.
Oh
So he
my
actually
gosh.
cut sides off of that giant pizza so he can make this slice, and then he ate it. But I mean,
That's insane.
You know, he's on that way. I liked watching him do the stuff where because he'll do ones where he's straight up like, I'm gonna smoke 5 blunts and eat all this weed food, and then like, and then it's just crazy because it's like, wow, like if you're making the title of the video about you like smoking and stuff, then you're probably not monetized. That's a lot to do. Like if you're gonna make like $50 off your video and you're gonna make yourself sick for the next 8 hours and you're gonna be so high that you feel like shit the whole rest of the day, that's a big commitment.
Yeah.
Honestly, everything he does is a big commitment. I've only seen him throw up one time from alcohol, and it was like wine.
Really?
Yeah, it was like they went on the wine tour.
tour.
Well, they did 2 wine tours, and he fucking, like, that was the only time I ever seen him throw up. And I'm like, I've seen you pound bottles of vodka, whiskey, all this other shit. How the fuck did the wine was the one that made you throw up? I don't understand.
You could drink it like really fast, you know.
I mean, that's what he did, but that's the only time I ever seen him throw up, though.
Wine tastes so good. I can drink a
Kind of
lot
crazy.
of wine.
He has more followers than MTV Jesse. And
Really?
Really?
He has like 1 million. They're like close to 1 million.
And they brought him in like
Exactly.
later on.
Interesting.
But they lost their filmer.
They lost
Yeah, what
9
happened?
Sending out
man.
dick
Are
pics.
you allowed to? You're allowed to talk about it, I guess.
Are we gonna get rid of House Phone if we find out that he's sending dick pics to random
I've never,
fans?
I mean,
I've
he
never sent a dick.
100% has
I've
already.
never sent a dick pic in my whole life, though. That's the crazy part.
At all? Why?
I mean,
it's
'cause-
not really like something they do in the streets, right?
I mean, I'm just like, if you want to come see my dick, come see it in real life, baby.
I mean, yeah. That's
What would be
that's
the reason
weird.
that we would kick Monte out? I mean, house
Show
phone.
dick pics to Yuri.
Yuri's
I'm
definitely
sure that's
sending
happened already.
unsolicited dick pics.
Oh my God! I feel like if anything, one day we're gonna have to get rid of Yuri for something weird.
I mean, there's always a reason with him.
We can get rid of Yuri every week.
Can't spell
He can't
Wovicki.
spell Billy.
Deletes the valet interview.
That was the main one, the deleting the Valet
That was
interview.
crazy.
I can't believe you bounced back from that. How are you now the producer of the
Dude.
show?
producer. I'm not giving him that. That's
Someone's-
a big title.
Someone said he was
Literally,
the producer
I
of the
think
show.
like Jason
Yuri's
or
the
Josh said he's the
producer?
producer of this show.
He's the one that comes up with the topics.
He's gonna get a big head if you start saying shit like that. It's already bad enough
already-
that he got free merch. Like he's got a thuggish, ruggish shirt
From Bone Thugs
from
and Harmony.
Crazy Bone. He took this. It was a large, so I couldn't really rock it. I don't think.
And also, he's going to fucking bars and making out with multiple chicks
with girls
on
on
live
On
stream.
stream.
He's
Crazy.
crazy.
You
He's
gotta be
go-
careful.
He's going
He
wild.
was begging. He was begging the chat to send him money so he could buy the girls drinks.
Do you think Yuri should be thinking about the fact that one day, if he wants to be like a senator or if he wants to go work for some
He
magazine,
probably can't. He's not born in America.
Yeah, he's a fucking Russian.
Oh, I
immigrant.
guess. I
That's
mean,
just
you're not going to be.
president.
Yeah, you're not going to be president.
I don't know.
Whatever. He's definitely.
No, but imagine that. Can't you imagine a world where one day Yuri like fully gets his shit together and he's going, he's trying to
Absolutely
become a
not.
congressman, and his political rivals are like, look at this video compilation we've made of him making out with women at the bar when he was 20, whatever. Like,
Who cares?
I know, but you know they do that stuff all the time. It's like, oh, look at this thing you said on Twitter 10 years
Nah,
ago.
I feel
much
like
shit
Yuri's
has-
going to be the biggest live streamer on earth. I'd give him that.
Wow, harmonious
Go,
nation
Yuri.
forever. Yeah.
Honestly, I need to.
I support him.
I need to throw my chips in with Yuri before he gets too famous, too
Gotta
popular.
invest your bitcoins in early.
Throw my chips in.
Yeah, man. Speaking of throwing chips in, how was Vegas? How was Vegas for you from your experience?
Boring, to be totally honest, because we didn't go out and party at all. I'm just on like mega healthy mode, and I
You
just
went to
couldn't.
the festival all 3 days, right?
Yeah.
That sounds boring. Going all 3 days.
I was so over after going one day.
Yeah, to be honest, it was like this really seemed like the festival where we were going to be able to do the most in terms, because we're always like going Rolling Loud and it's cool and we're able to get pretty good content and stuff, but it's still a war to get on stage every time, no matter how many times we do it. And I
Yeah.
see how it is, because even fucking Tarek is like having a hard time getting backstage sometimes.
And
And
it's
like,
his festival.
you know, it's his
That's
festival.
crazy.
Like I saw Cole Bennett get held up at a fence, like to get backstage at his own
For
festival.
Summer Smash?
Finally, the security has to be like, okay, I mean, he's the whole reason we're here. So let's
Yeah.
let him through. But it's like, dude, it's still
How do you prove that you're you and that this is your festival though in the
I
moment?
just feel like you need an extra special band or
You need,
something,
like,
like
the-
a gold fucking all.
exactly, because
all
what
gold
does the
band.
security know? Like they
don't
don't.
know
They have no
shit.
idea. They don't know what the fuck
Or maybe
Lyrical
like you
Lemonade
know how
is. They're
they
just
have
some random dude.
They have the printout of all the different color burstbands. Like, oh, this area, a big ass picture of whoever's throwing the festival.
Yeah,
like
just
this
like-
person is allowed back
And
anywhere.
he's allowed anywhere. Okay.
I mean, but yeah, it was just like we had such a hard time getting access to artists and stuff.
So annoying.
And we thought that this was going to be the festival because they were so. They
There's-
claimed that they
yeah.
were going to embrace us and allow us to do whatever. Instead, it was way more restrictive than it is at most festivals. Like when we got backstage at Rolling Loud, I mean, it's nothing to film the crowd or film this. They're telling us we're not allowed to film the artist. We posted an Instagram clip of House Phone performing. And they
made you take it
reached
down?
out via email like this was
Stop.
an emergency to delete the video of House Phone performing at the festival. It's like, this is the entire thing. The
That's like the whole
festival, the
reason.
reason why people
What?
are here is to see people rap on the stage. And you don't want us to put that on Instagram. It's like,
Are they?
what
I'm
the fuck are
confused.
you talking about?
Is it because they have their own media team that was filming shit and they're gonna release their own?
I thought it was.
I never even got a satisfactory response about why, honestly.
Really.
I thought they were doing that shit because they were gonna live stream it themselves and they were trying to monetize like all the streams of like the performances. But then I remember on Friday, because we didn't go Friday, I tried to look up some performances and the whole time I was like, the stream will start soon.
Really?
It never started.
Oh, it was on YouTube and it never started.
Nope.
Wow.
So I don't know what the fuck's going on.
And it was, to be honest, it's like when you go to, like, we were just around New York, and it's awesome being backstage because there's a ton of people there who are like halfway like known or like sort of known rappers who are just there hanging out. They just performed a couple hours earlier. They're still hanging out, getting drunk with everybody. Super good vibe. Vegas.
Everybody
not
was
really.
really separated. It
Yeah,
was like
everybody's
kinda-
super separated. Nobody's really chilling together. We did manage to get like a pretty decent amount of footage of pulling up on different people, and like
Yeah.
one weird thing was just how everybody was spending a lot of time in the fucking
In the catering
in the
thing?
catering.
Yeah,
thing.
I was
it was
kicking
really
it.
good.
Honestly,
Yeah,
that was
the
some of
food
the
was
best
really
food I
fucking
ever
good.
fucking.
I've been to Rolling Loud mad times. I never
Been in the
had-
catering?
I never even like expected ever
Catering.
like, oh, that you're gonna have that level of catering.
Dude,
Right.
that shit was
It was like
bomb.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner too.
Day in Vegas was killer.
Wait,
Like,
what was the dinner? What the fuck? I only had the lunch.
I had a good ass dinner.
I didn't know they had breakfast. That's crazy.
The lunch
I mean, I was
the
definitely
lunch
not there
was
early
bussin'.
enough.
Wait, so you could get multiple meals per day?
I think no, I think
100%.
it's. I thought they only
Yes.
gave you one. I thought you only could get one meal. Oh
no,
no,
it's
but you
breakfast,
could only.
lunch, and dinner. There's like specific times for the breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
But I
and
thought
dinner.
you could only. Okay, anyway.
No,
I
you
was in there. I
fucking-
was eating fish. I was eating steak. Like I
Oh,
had,
so
I
you
was
must
eating-
have got the dinner then, because
I
what
was
we
eating
got was
good
something
ass
different.
but it was different every day too. Like at the, I think it was Sunday that I actually had like steak, mashed potatoes,
Damn.
and like.
And Thanksgiving dinner.
And I was like, the steak is like actually really good. Like this is a real good. I'm like, and I'm eating this from the catering tent at a music festival where I
And it was
don't
fire.
normally even expect to get fed at all.
At all.
Period.
You're not even expecting a fucking turkey club sandwich at that point.
It's
was
almost
just
like they
you know?
could have let us film the crowd and not fed
Fed
us. It would have been all right.
That would have been better.
Yeah.
But
Honestly,
hey,
wait.
Why
Can-
don't we talk about the good things that happened? Like,
Yeah.
so what interviews did you get?
I mean, we got some good time with Ski Mask. We got some good time with fucking.
That's your favorite person to get find at the festival.
He's
That's
so yeah. That's like my person.
and Juice WRLD.
You know, yeah. But like we get along with Ski Mask so
Yeah,
well
that's your
that it's
homie,
just
yeah.
easy to like make
course.
that shit happen.
Shoreline.
Shoreline. Oh yeah, I was hanging out with fucking OGZ, who was blatantly off pill, bro. He was fucking mollied out.
Wait.
I mean,
I was hanging out with them too, and they seemed like they were pretty normal.
maybe you didn't see him the day I saw him because he was.
You talking about on
busting.
Saturday?
I don't know. He had the Perk 30 jersey on.
I know. That's how.
I feel like
how you
once
think
he
got
put
it.
that jersey on is when he started
And
getting
that's when he
fucked up.
activated.
Yeah, I think so
I
too.
swear to God. I swear to God.
He
I feel like
put
he was
the
kind
per-
of normal, and then it was in the catering tent when they were all kind of like loopy.
I
and
feel like it's almost kind of snitching to like just say
I know,
when
you
your
got the
friend who's like a
humpy
real
one.
rapper, like, oh, he was on an E pill, like, you know.
I was
but-
about to say,
hey,
like,
man.
I
that
mean, they
nigga
rap
seemed like they
about
was
it.
hella normal when I saw them.
Bro, no, because he was telling me, and OG's talking to me, and he's telling me, bro, like, I'm trying to come to EDC and just roll.
Hey,
my
that's my.
God.
And he's like, I
That's
fuck with that
fire.
EDM shit. I'm just thinking,
Hey.
like,
That's
damn,
so
I
fire.
so don't. But he's just fucking feeling it. He's
I
like,
think
hell
when
yeah.
you're on Molly, like that music is like you
Bro.
literally can feel it in your heart. It's like boom,
Bro,
boom,
it's
boom,
like
boom.
I felt connected to the whole
Shut the
stadium.
fuck
Nah, I swear to
up.
God.
Shut the fuck
Bro.
up. No, but
You
the
were doing Molly at this festival?
No, I'm
no,
talking
he's talking
about
about when
at-
you went to
Oh,
home.
wait. Oh,
No,
okay.
but
I
swear to God.
it's facts though, because I remember when they used to have at the Coliseum and you walk in, there's 20,000 people and you're
You're
like,
just like,
we are all one.
I feel the energy. It's so blur. I love
I
everyone.
so don't want to be that guy
Yes, you
who's
do.
just talking into the. Can you imagine a vlog where we go to EDC and I'm just like,
Yes,
I
I
just
can.
feel so at one
Like,
with
just,
you.
like, biting your
I'm
lip.
so happy to be here with House Up.
100%. No, and then you have a fucking pinky in your mouth.
Wait. You saw Lil Pump kiss Smoke Perp in the Maybach.
I didn't actually click
What-
that. I
what
saw the
was
title,
that?
but I didn't click it.
He didn't kiss him on the lip. He just
I mean, he gave him a little friendly
like
kiss.
they were just in the car, turned up. He just like mwah, just kisses him on the side of the face.
That's tight though. That's like some gang shit, like some
And they're
Wayne and
also
Baby
like,
shit.
They're like family.
Yeah.
No, I know, but
Cousins.
that's like some you're rolling. And I'm just gonna kiss them.
Can we do that? you
feel
ever
like
been
you guys
rolling
already
hard enough
have.
to French the homie? No, because you got me thinking now that if I went to EDC or Hard or
You need to
whatever,
come.
You gotta
and if,
come,
and if
bro.
I took a Molly, I think I would have a blast.
You would.
Obviously,
It would be fun
It
as
would be
fuck.
funny as fuck if
It's
we
really
had
fun.
if we were vlogging and I was clearly off of
No,
Molly.
because you don't like to laugh at yourself. So you would not want the video out of you being on Molly and
Bro,
being
I put
like,
out the video of me doing acid.
Yeah, but you were like in control of that. I feel
composed,
like,
yeah.
and that was years ago.
It took me a month to even watch that video
Exactly.
once I had it because I was so like weirded out by the idea of watching myself when I was on acid. But
it was funny as fuck.
it would be funny if Maloof was filming it and he was on acid as well, or no, excuse me, if he was on Molly as well.
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
were
The
like,
footage would be so shaky.
you know, the footage would be like, because if he was on Molly, and I don't know if Maloof has really even done Molly. Like, I think he has in the past, but I feel like he would be filming so creative, and he would be trying all kinds of weird
angles
shots.
and shit.
He would be like trying to film shit that he's like not supposed to film and getting too into it and shit. But you know what's funny is
that sounds like a great idea.
You do get really into things when you're on Molly.
Just anything.
I was watching Gunna and Young Thug at Heart, and it was like they were playing that one song like Mama Granny. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it was like the harp or something in the song. It was
You're
just like
fuck.
I was feeling this harp, man. Like, I need to get a harp in my crib. Like, if I had a harp, I would just be
God.
playing the harp.
exactly.
You're turning into an angel.
Yeah.
It was
No, when
beautiful.
you text on Molly, you're like, oh my
Oh,
God, I
no.
just unlocked another world and I'm fucking defeating Satan.
Oh my god.
Being on your phone on drugs is the worst thing.
Oh
I love
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I love texting
If
on
I
them.
take
Why do we
Molly,
always
take
start
my
talking about
phone
drugs?
away.
Anyways,
No,
Wait.
that's real.
Yeah.
No,
Did you run into Nardwuar?
I did. I had an initial conversation with
it
him.
was like so. Okay, so the first time running into him was obviously amazing.
Because this was you guys' first time meeting him.
I
And
never met him.
everybody, their first time meeting Nardwuar, it's just
like-
this crazy experience
Exact-
of
yeah.
realizing, like, holy fuck, this guy really is from another planet.
Yeah.
100%.
So what were your early impressions?
Okay, so I ran. So he was walking. Obviously, he's a fucking character. I can see him from a mile away.
mile away.
I see him. I'm like, we kind of get closer to him. I'm like, hey, can I get a picture, please? And he goes, oh my God, cam girl, I have a present for you, cam girl.
At this point, I'm not even a little surprised that he knew who you were because he knew who Tony Maloof was.
What?
He knew, like he knew
he
Leno
brought up
was.
Tony in the Bones interview.
He knew about Tony the Cat. You know, he's just like
he's
he
fucking
just.
tapped in.
It's weird. Like he's watched like a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, didn't he say like a lot of the Lil Pump shit and stuff like that early on? He watched like the vlogs and shit.
Well, because when he interviewed he interviewed Perp, and I think he asked him about
The
Lil
No Jumper
Pump,
tour.
Lil Pump taking a piss at the pump, or I think he said it
Whoa.
to Pump, like because there was a random
Yeah.
clip in one of those vlogs where Pump is taking a piss next to a gas pump.
That's funny.
It was like
It's
Lil
really,
Pump
it's
pissing
nothing.
on a pump.
It's not like a big deal in the video at all. But
But it's just
Nardwuar
funny
was
as
like
fuck.
bringing it up, and Pump's obviously like, did I? Fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
right,
I
like,
think
sure.
it's
remember
just
that.
so funny, like the pump at the pump.
Yeah, that's exactly
Anyways.
what he said. Okay, so you
So
saw him,
I
and
saw him. I run up to him. He's like, "I have a present for you." And so like his filmer starts filming. Like I didn't even expect any of that shit. I just wanted a fucking picture. And then his filmer starts filming, and he's like scrambling trying to get his little present out of the bag. And then he's like, "Okay, wait, we need to recreate that scene. Can you run back and run back to me?"
Right.
I don't know. It was a lot. And then we
That's
just
amazing.
like do it again. And then he like gave me a present. I was like on the camera and everything.
From what I can tell, Nardwuar was there to do exactly the same thing that we did.
Yeah.
And he also was having a very hard time getting access to like backstage areas to talk to artists or whatever.
Such
and
bullshit.
I saw that he got like
He got a trailer.
I think he got like 2 or 3 minutes with Uzi through a fence.
Through a
I'm
fence.
pretty
I
sure.
saw
it was
that.
on YouTube.
And
yeah.
then he
saw
got
that.
5 minutes with Megan.
Damn.
So you're telling me that Nardwuar, whose whole thing, you know that when you have Nardwuar out to a festival, that his whole thing is to interview the fucking artist. He got like maybe 7 or 8 minutes of content total. Like that seems like Nardwuar maybe had as little luck as we did in terms of doing. Like for me, it's not about doing like super serious interviews, but it is about like, yo, let us vlog in your trailer,
Yeah.
let us hang out with you and fucking show you how to do kendama tricks or
They
whatever.
were,
Large
Show you how to
percentage of
do-
the time becomes what we do for some reason.
They were just going crazy with like, I mean, there was points when like there was literally 2 fences right next to each other,
Yeah.
and they were adamant that we like cannot go in this fence and had to go in this fence 2 steps away. It's like these bullshit ass rules for no
Yeah.
fucking reason, just to like
I
I,
mean-
feel like
Yeah.
they did to piss us off or something.
Yeah.
I mean, in retrospect, they have their reasons for whatever fucking little things that they want us to do, and it's
Yeah.
like whatever. I understand, but it's like they definitely be pushing it a little bit. Like there was so many checkpoints. You had to scan the wristband to go in here, scan the wristband. You had to go out here. You can't go back in this way. But it's like that everywhere though. Every fucking festival.
I don't know.
It's always like that.
There's, like,
You kind of have to expect
there's
that.
levels to this shit. I feel
Dude,
like
people will see it when it comes out. But so basically, we see Lil Tecca backstage, and I haven't seen Lil Tecca like
Since you did the
I
interview?
haven't had a conversation with him since I did the interview. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like since that interview, like that song was still pretty like normal size when we did that interview,
Really?
and now he's like gigantic. Like
Mega.
Lil Tecca was like. he probably didn't even have 1 million followers when we did that interview, and now I'm pretty sure he's like an insane amount of followers. But anyway, he walks right up to me like, "Let me see that." Takes the condom, starts trying it, does not get it, and then at the end I go, "Hey, so how you feel about these ops talking down on you?" And he just goes. Just like walks away because I'm trying to get a reaction out of him for the Mosey thing. I didn't say Mosey's name. I thought maybe he would be a little bit more likely to talk if I said ops instead of his actual name.
Yeah.
That did not work. And for the record, I just want to let Lil Mosey know that I do not think he's an op, even though I said that. But yeah.
Where did this even derive from? Is that the right word? Derive?
Derive? Yeah, we derive.
Also, before that, Nardwuar couldn't even get one too because apparently Lil Tecca wasn't doing interviews. Period. Because I saw Nardwuar like eyeing the fuck out of like Tecca talking packs. I was like, "That's Tecca," and he was like, "He's not doing interviews today."
You know,
I was really sad about it.
At least that makes me feel better about the way that I typically am received at these things, because to me, a little bit of in my head is like, you know, it's not like there's a ton of interviews to do back here. What is wrong with doing a fucking 5-minute interview?
Yeah.
You know, why don't you just do it? It's not a big deal. Even if you're mega famous, why not just do it? So then, but then when we have such a hard time doing it, but then I see Nardwuar having a hard time doing it too, and it's like, oh, well, I guess people really just don't want to do interviews. Like, it's not just me. Like, motherfuckers really just don't want to talk to the camera, which is weird to me because I will literally talk to any fucking camera that you put in my face. I don't give a fuck how many followers you got. I'm probably going to just start talking.
Yeah,
no, that's
funny. I
facts.
did an interview with someone there, and they did it on Facebook Live, and I saw they had 1 viewer.
Oh, that's
And
such a weird fucking feeling.
I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'm still at least
Yeah,
whatever.
let's
One
do it.
person's watching, and there's one person next to me talking to
Well,
me. So
you know,
fuck it.
that video
You're
is
a really
going to
good sport
save
for that. That's fine.
that video is going to save on their Facebook page, and then it's going to get like 14 views,
Hopefully
and
they'll
that's
you
going
go.
to
They'll
be
be like, "Cam girl, what the fuck is this?"
People forever come up to me and say hello to the live, and I'm like,
It's like just
you
5
got
people.
3 people watching. Like, probably one of them's a bot.
Oh, and then also, I don't know if you saw there was
Bots
a.
can watch live?
I don't know if the full Megan Nardwuar clip came out, but I saw a clip on Twitter, and like the do. She like did not know it at all,
Really?
and people were like, "What the fuck? How does she not know Nardwuar still?"
Wow, that is so funny.
That's
She was
really
like, "What's
hilarious.
going on? What?" But it was really cute. I thought.
And then he just stood there.
Of
and she
course,
was
he
just
kept
like,
doing. No, let's try again. Do.
I feel like Megan maybe like when everybody like first found out about Nardwuar. Well, I guess everybody finds out about Nardwuar at different points.
different points in their life.
And
Yeah.
I just feel like if you're in anywhere of
Type of
our
music.
age bracket and
Yeah.
like music, don't know.
I just feel like
Nardwuar.
Megan maybe is like not the type of person
just
So,
sit on
like
YouTube.
sitting on
who
YouTube.
would go down a Nardwuar rabbit hole. Whereas I like when I found out about Nardwuar, it's like all of a sudden I'm watching him interview Nirvana,
Same.
and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I cannot fucking believe that this guy's a real person.
And he's been
Literally.
doing this for this long, and he's interviewed Jay-Z and
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain and fucking everybody.
I feel like I
Kurt
found out
Cobain
about him
one?
probably like 10 years ago.
Same, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Sam. And I don't even feel like I'm old enough
Do you
to
think
be,
Megan just didn't even know who he was?
maybe.
Or just didn't know about the
maybe she didn't know.
dude?
Maybe she didn't know about the dude.
But when
That's
I
lit.
watched some interviews recently, not Megan, I feel like they still some don't know Nardwuar.
Really?
I think one of the first
Yeah.
ones I ever saw was like the Odd Future one or some shit long
That was a
time
big
ago.
one.
One thing is for sure though is that once you encounter Nardwuar, you don't forget. It's
Oh,
very
bro.
hard to forget. So like all those Megan fans, because Megan probably has a lot of fans who have never cared about a rapper enough
To
to
watch.
watch like their interviews and shit.
Exactly.
And now all those random ass girls know who Nardwuar is, and that's kind of interesting.
I was actually really sad and disappointed that he had a present for Cam Girl, no present for me, but it's okay.
What was the present?
There's this record that I really like from Inoj. It's like
How did
this-
he know that?
I said it in an interview, like a long ass. I
In
don't
what
know.
interview?
I don't remember. I just
Really?
remember they're like, "What 3 songs do you like to listen to right now?" And I said that was one of them.
And he
And
fucking
he got me, and he gave me the vinyl. He was like, "And you could play it in your set today."
Yo, he's
And I was like,
fucking
"Well,
tight, dude.
I technically can't because I don't have vinyl
Yeah,
fucking players."
bust out a record player real
Yeah,
quick.
Dude,
but
he's-
it was very sweet,
his
and the
energy
vinyl
is-
smelled really funny.
His energy is just so fucking cool. He gave me a hug. We
was
switched
awesome.
hats. Yeah, I talked to him for like fucking like 10 minutes.
It was
probably.
kind of crazy because it's one of those times where, like, okay, you see someone like Nardwuar, you're so fucking excited. And I'm sure people are like this with you too, and you're like, and you got the picture. But then if you keep crossing paths,
Then
you're
it's
like,
just like,
fuck,
hey-
should I say hi? Like, should
I said
not?
hi every time.
Yeah, me too. And then I felt bad because I felt like every time I did pass him and I did say hi, he felt like he needed to talk to me. I was like, you don't
No,
need
yeah,
to
it's
talk
okay. I'm just saying hi.
Yeah, but then we like kept talking, and he was like, "This is my filmer, and this is her daughter, and this is a family affair."
Yeah.
He's so
I'm
fucking
like-
Dude, listen to
love
this.
him.
He's awesome.
So
I love him.
me and Lena are talking to Nardwuar, and Lena mentions that she rode the boat one time where like Megan dumped alcohol down her throat in England, and Nardwuar's like, wow, that's so interesting. In England, what bar was it? And Lena's like, no, like, hold up, because like you're starting to realize that because Nardwuar is such an encyclopedia of information that there's a chance that he's going to interview Megan later and be like, so is it true that you rode the boat with Lena? And you want to kind of warn him like, bro, like she's not going to remember who I am or whatever. Because
she might.
Nardwuar, like he might, I don't know that he was actually going to ask that, but Lena started to get worried. Like she's like, no, like I don't think she's gonna remember who I was or whatever, which I thought was
so funny.
He's such a collector of information.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, so I don't know. Do you guys know how he gets information? Because I saw some YouTube videos of people being like, "Oh, he talks to their family without like the artist knowing
That's what I would
beforehand."
assume.
But how though? No, because there was one where it was like he knew something about Ugly God that like only Ugly God and his mom knew. And his mom swears that Nardwuar didn't reach out.
That's really interesting.
So it's like, how the fuck
Maybe
would you?
Nardwuar made her sign NDA.
Ooh.
You know what? That's the thing that I find really weird though is like when I interview, because I just interviewed Blueface, and then I also just
my God,
interviewed.
how was
I
that?
also I'm going to tell you about it in a second, but then I
Yeah.
also just interviewed Hoodrich Pablo Juan. And in both of those situations, I kind of wanted to, instead of just Googling shit and looking at their Instagrams and stuff, I kind of wanted to call people and straight up ask them about street shit, because like in both cases, I could think of someone who would like
Was
be
close to
able
the
to tell me hella like shit
Yeah.
that motherfuckers don't really know unless you're
And you
really tapped in that world. And in both cases, like I really didn't have time to like have those kind of conversations and stuff. But I think that is one of the best ways to get information to do a podcast with, is to really be tapped in on like a street level.
All you gotta do is
level.
call Hesh and he'll tell you everything you need to know.
But then that's the problem too, though, is that then you have like unconfirmed shit.
exactly.
So you might bring something up, and they might be like, "What,
the
the
fuck
fuck
are you
is
talking about?"
Some word of mouth shit. Yeah.
Because that happened today with Pablo, because somebody basically like sent me a tweet that
about him getting robbed again.
No, it wasn't about him getting robbed. It was actually a tweet saying that. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna say it.
say it, fuck it.
It was an old tweet with like 600 retweets of somebody saying that Pablo, back in the day before he became a rapper, won $10,000 in a dice game with a bunch of rappers there, and that he then went to the bathroom and jumped out the window because
That's an awesome tweet.
because he thought that they were gonna rob him. And I don't have any fucking reason to believe that is true, but I kind of wanted to ask him about it just because it had 600 retweets. But then in the actual conversation with him, I was just like, that feels so stupid for me to believe a
Yeah.
tweet just because it has 600 retweets. Like I just didn't have the heart
Oh man,
to
I
ask
wish you
him.
would have
Like, how
brought
do you
that
bring
up.
that up?
Because that's such a crazy
No, wait.
second thing. Too.
Okay, but the only reason why I would kind of believe that is true is because he used to be around all the Atlanta rappers and shit before he was a rapper. And he used to be selling everybody lean and shit. Like I've heard this in plenty of interviews.
I've heard that.
So it's like that's like a plausible situation that could have happened where he hit a lick in a dice game.
Jump out the window though. I just didn't have the heart to ask him, so I guess we'll never know. Or maybe somebody can
damn
ask
it.
him one day. He got open though. He told me a whole lot of shit.
Okay,
Please.
I guess I could just watch the
You asked him
interview.
about the time where we wanted to go on tour with him and Tracy, and he was like, "Nope."
Him and Tracy.
Really? What,
You don't remember?
Pablo said no to Tracy?
Yes,
Really?
it was a Hoodrich Trouble one, Little Tracy, and we were trying to do Texas.
That would have been ill.
That sounds like a random ass tour. I'm
That's a
not gonna
dope
lie.
tour though.
And
That
then,
sounds
Because
right.
then you're getting the streets and the
that's
fucking
exactly
emo
what we
kids
were
and
thinking.
shit. Yeah.
And then Pablo was like,
I wonder what the
no.
reason might be. You think
Because he probably looked at
He
his
probably just
Instagram
thought Lil Tracy was weird.
and had
Probably
like
just
Hello
thought
Kitty
Tracy seemed
tattoos.
gay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, why was he not going to go on a fucking tour with a dude like him? Damn, that's crazy. That would have been such a good tour. I
don't know if that would have been a good tour. I'm gonna be honest.
think
Okay,
it
it would have been a good
it
tour
would've been interesting.
for me
Yeah.
as a fan.
Yeah, of course.
If I live in Texas and I'm able to see two rappers that are on totally different sides of the spectrum
yeah.
together,
Exactly.
that's interesting. As a jaded industry guy now, I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
I'm going to be totally honest, but I like the idea of it.
No,
I
I mean-
think it's cool.
As an outside looking in, that sounds fire. But I'm like, I don't know if like they would have like meshed that well.
Can I
I
say
mean, they
something
don't need to
totally
be best
honest?
friends.
Whenever Lil Tracy drops music, I love it. Like I
Yeah.
don't really give a fuck about a lot of underground rappers at this point in terms of like stuff
Keeping
that's
up with
more
them.
in that direction of whatever. He's so good, dude. Every
He's
time,
like,
every
it's
time.
weird though, because I've had conversation with people, and it's like,
I love
yes,
him.
he's underground, but like, he so can.
Dude, he played like at like
be-
9 p.m. at the on Sunday.
He did. I didn't see him.
Like he played at like one of the big stages.
I wonder how the reaction was for him. You
It looked good. I wasn't even there. I was
it was
at the
probably
hotel.
really good.
One time I went to Florida like a year and a half ago, and there was like some festival. It was like Cardi and Kodak.
Oh my God!
And Tracy was on that lineup, and it was fucking crickets. But I
was
mean,
weird, yeah.
it was that kind of crowd. Like that
was
crowd
horrible.
knew every fucking YFN Lucci song.
Exactly.
Like screaming the words.
So why the fuck do they know who Lil Tracy
But
is?
there was a couple other like dudes who were like sort of like underground type rappers like Tracy, and it was like so bad. I was like, man, this is because it was Trap Circus or some shit, right? So I'm kind of
Yeah, I
thinking
remember
just
this.
based on the name, I'm thinking like, oh, it's gonna be people who like kind of know about rap and stuff. But you always realize that when you go Rolling Loud or whatever,
Hell no.
and you see like underground type rappers, and they just do not get the reaction that you'd think that they would, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Right, like when you
I mean-
have a festival with this many people, they're just not gonna know shit.
You have to think
Yeah,
of like the
my set was
person.
kind of quiet. I'm not gonna lie, but like, I mean, you know, I'm just the type of nigga. I'm gonna turn it up anyway. And there was a good 6 people in the crowd that probably knew the lyrics, so I was like, fuck it, let's go, let's turn
Whatever,
up.
you still made those 6 people's day.
Exactly.
Still a good opportunity, and
Took
just
a-
put it on
Yeah.
social and shit is good.
Yeah,
I think.
Exactly.
Took a lot of pictures with people. Honestly, I took a lot of pictures the whole weekend in fucking casinos and
Yeah.
fucking and everywhere.
Being
So,
in Vegas is fun in general. I
It
mean, I
was
just
lit.
love playing poker.
Oh
so
my god.
I saw Josh run it up on some fucking money.
Didn't he say he won like $150?
Oh, I thought he ran
No,
it
that
up.
was me. Hee hee.
My
How
hom-
much? 250.
My
I think I won like $150.
I started out with I put down like 200. I made like
guy.
400 and I lost it all. So sorry, whatever.
I don't know. I was playing blackjack.
I
all
should've went
weekend.
with
It was so
Josh.
fucking fun.
What happened to the $1,000 that Aaron Carter gave you?
I gave it to my mom for rent.
Seriously?
Swear to God.
Wow. Thank
That's
you, Aaron
very
Carter.
sweet.
Well, I think I gave her like 600 and I kept a couple hundred to go to Vegas and I gave her money before I left.
It's
Okay.
very sweet of you. I'm proud of you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Him and Jenna broke up like
So
2 days
what
after.
the fuck happened?
I've been DMing her.
I
I've been
watched-
DMing her ever since.
You think you're gonna smash?
No, I'm gonna get her back on the show.
I saw so. Yeah, we have to do that, and him too. I want to get him and Rico Reckless together.
Oh God, what?
Did you see the wolf? Well, we're jumping all over the place here. Let's stay on
let's
Aaron
keep-
and Jenna.
Okay, Aaron.
I don't know why they broke up. I don't know if they were ever really together. It seemed pretty real when we were doing that interview, but then
I
they,
liked them together.
Did you watch
me
it again?
too.
I watched some of it and like I really liked the girl Jenna.
It made me feel like he was trolling us the other 2 times because
He
he was
was.
acting so normal.
Nah, he wasn't
normal.
acting normal, but because he was like having a secret side combo with me here.
That
and,
was
like,
weird.
Like-
But
Yeah, you guys kept whispering. It was
He
interesting.
He was still doing
Like-
his Aaron thing, but it was a lot.
It was a lot subdued.
Calm
And you
down.
have to realize the one time that I was here and he was going crazy, when I would like say like, why are you doing that? He would like wink and be like, and watch. He'd be like, hey, watch this.
but
and, like, act
wouldn't a
crazy.
psychopath do that? Wouldn't a psychopath want to convince you that he's just trolling?
That's too much psychological warfare
See,
on
look,
my brain.
look, this is the thing. I don't think that it was like necessarily like fake or like I don't know. I feel like there was some type of incentive there for for them to link up, like probably on both their ends, But I don't know. She honestly just like having that combo with her and just sitting here with her. She seemed like really level-headed and
she
down to
seemed
earth
cool.
and like really just smart and like fucking like she was gonna be able to help him out in other ways. And I don't know what happened. I read that they got into an argument and then their dynamic seems like if something wasn't going right, that they would both like maybe try to low blow each other or something, or like maybe Aaron would like try to I don't know.
I mean, there's a good chance that since they had only been seeing each other for a few
couple
days,
One day.
that she or he had not seen the entirety of the
course,
other one's
of
personality,
course.
which seems kind of obvious, and that's usually why you don't meet somebody and fall madly in love and
In
claim
3
that you're
days.
going to get married in like
And
3
have
days.
babies in 3 days.
Typically, like you meet someone, and no matter how much you like them, in a
have
3-day
to,
span,
like,
you're
yeah.
going to kind of
Yeah.
keep
Halt the
it
brakes
a
a little
little chill. But yeah.
Interesting.
People kept saying in the comments that she was not into that kiss when he was trying to he
Oh
like
my
leaned over
God.
to kiss her.
I think it was funny seeing him find out that she fucked Soulja Boy and Wayne and shit like on camera. He's
Oh,
like, you
man.
didn't tell me that.
Ooh.
He's been showing me mad love though. He's posting about the weed and
Oh,
stuff.
bro, I'm still. I gotta get the fucking tattoo. I'm tripping, man.
You're still rocking
No,
chain
and
right
we're
there, huh?
gonna
Come
we're
on.
gonna bring him out for Rolling Loud.
I'm bringing Aaron Carter out for Rolling Loud during my set. Rolling Loud LA. Aaron Carter featuring Aaron Carter, Little House Phone set. Make sure y'all be there, man.
Bro, viral.
Bro, man, come on,
You know
stop
that's
playing.
gonna be a
That's how
moment.
you can get everybody to come to your set too. Is if you tell like an hour or two beforehand, you're like, "Yo, I'm bringing Aaron Carter out." Then all these little girls that don't know who the fuck you are gonna find it
Exactly.
out, and
But
boom, they're gonna.
You
pull
think I
up.
can convince him to play I Want Candy though? He probably is not gonna want to play that.
I mean,
He claims to
Yes.
be a rapper. If you go to Rolling Loud, you got to do your best rap songs, right, Aaron Carter?
I think he should do 2 songs. His
He
best
said-
rap song and
He said he would have came to Vegas and came out to my set, but he has a restraining order.
Oh, really?
He said that multiple times.
I
Probably.
think that's where Nick lives.
He said that multiple times. Like,
I decided I'm gonna
I've
bring
been talking to him.
Wait, you have a restraining order to the extent that you can't go to an entire state?
Who knows? He's
I
also
don't
not
know,
allowed to go to
man.
the Grove, remember?
The
I don't know
Grove.
where he's not fucking allowed to go.
Hey,
So
honestly,
he should make
love,
like a
love
map
Money
online.
Gang. Love Money Gang can't be restrained. Aaron Carter can go wherever the fuck he wants.
Yeah,
to go.
you should just become his security, and he'll keep giving you stacks, bro.
I mean, no, I could just like. I'm trying to be signed to Rakus Records.
Rakus.
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 We know so much shit about him now.
know.
Why are we like the encyclopedia of fucking Aaron Carter?
Shout out to Aaron,
If
man. Shout out to Jenna,
if
too.
Aaron
Jenna, she
Carter
was really
ever
nice.
gets a Nardwuar interview, Nardwuar is calling us.
Exactly.
He has grown on me so much. I really do like him
really
now.
like him.
The first time I couldn't have imagined myself really wanting to hang out with him, and now that doesn't.
I would
He's
definitely
just
go
a
hang out with him
character.
tonight. I would go pull up right now.
Literally call him. Tell him to come now.
He's just infinitely entertaining to have conversations with and shit. I feel like we could just keep having him on the podcast with different people, like over the course of the, if he's
knows?
down.
I mean,
and
he's
it'll just
pretty
keep being
much
fun.
a fourth fucking co-host.
Oh, I love it.
Jenna said she wanted to bring on one of her success stories about like she said she like coaches girls,
Right.
whatever. I feel like shit that could probably
Tell her to bring
it's
cat stacks.
probably very lucrative business for her.
That could be
to
fun.
Be honest. You
I
want to
like
do that?
that.
Set it up.
Some random girl, yeah, sure, why not?
I'm probably not random, but like maybe what if she brings fucking cat stacks like him said.
I mean, I just did an interview with two
With cat
basic like
stacks?
Instagram models. So
What
Yeah,
if
those
you do
bitches suck,
like?
though.
What if you do Jenna?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about Selena Powell and the other
No.
I
one.
was gonna say,
no,
what if you
she's
do?
tight.
What if you do Jenna and Selena Powell, and Jenna tries to give her an intervention?
That would be fire.
oh, that would be awesome.
intervention?
Yeah, if they were both around at the same time, I would definitely do that.
That'd be
I
amazing.
love the idea of Jenna Shea becoming like a part of the show as well. You know what's weird though is like she was really popping in like 2013. It wasn't really that long ago. And
Yeah, she had an unreleased Nipsey Hussle song. Stop playing with her.
that's like the best fucking thing that
Like,
she
how the
dropped.
fuck
in
And
did
I
she
don't
have
think
that?
she's lying. Like they were
She said
close.
it.
They
I
were
don't know.
Interesting.
they were like kind of close. It was like a tweet.
She was retweet. Yes,
You feel me?
Nipsey tweeted at her like 10 years ago or some shit.
Jenna say, no matter what you say, Jenna Shea's a hustler or some shit like that. Like
That's
something
fire.
along those lines.
Bro, people used to be saying the most wild shit on Twitter back in the day.
Oh hell yeah.
Joe Budden was saying that the other day that he's like, it used to be Follow Friday. I was shouting out motherfuckers I didn't even fuck with at all. And it's so true. They used to be Follow Friday and you just put mad people.
I
Like, that was
remember
like,
that.
you didn't even have to
The
fuck
follow
with them.
chains.
I'm not saying that that's how Nipsey and Jenna's relationship
Yeah,
was,
but that was definitely a thing.
I don't feel like in 2019 that Nipsey would have been adding Jenna and just being like, yo, like love. Like that's just like more of a nowadays, like you tweet way more sparingly. Not saying that like because he didn't fuck with her, but that's just like, nowadays, like you might drop an Instagram comment saying you fuck with somebody, but like to drop a tweet just being like, oh, like you're the homie, like that's just
That's kind of like a text type combo.
like I feel like Nipsey would have done that privately, but he was also at a way earlier stage in his career. Anyway, can I talk about this Blueface interview? Speaking of Nipsey,
Yeah.
let me explain this
Because there were two cribs. Where did you get that?
It's like,
Where was the
they're
coordination?
rappers, they're from LA.
This is going Nipsey. This is going Blueface because basically,
Okay.
so I saw Wack 100. I saw Wack 100 at that old school rap festival thing that I went to with Snoop and Exhibit and all them. The vlog is going to be out very soon.
Which
No
was
idea
what?
that is, but
It
that
was
sounds
called
cool.
How the West Was Won. I went to that a
Okay.
couple weeks ago and just got to hang out with all these fucking G's. It was pretty
That sounds
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it was
Fucking G's.
G's. Kim,
Oh my god.
G's.
I
G's
heard
up.
you.
G's up, hoes
Every
down.
which way I'm looking. G's.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Okay,
Just
go ahead.
You're
G's.
surrounded.
So
Story.
you get the point. G's.
I hate you.
I go in there and I ended up having a conversation with Wack 100.
A G.
A G. He tells me a
Definitely.
long story about why he doesn't fuck with YG anymore. Because YG.
Also a G.
YG didn't. Also a G. YG didn't want to do a certain song for Blueface because he said Blueface was cripping too much. And
I thought
so
they already have songs together.
They
They
do. They
did.
have a couple songs together, but I guess
like those
that's
songs
what
together.
Wack said is that, and this vlog is gonna come out any day now, but Wack said that Blueface was cripping too much.
On camera?
Or no. YG said that Blueface was cripping too much, and that's why he didn't want to do the song together. Maybe we'll get clarification from Wack at some point, or
Question
from
though.
YG himself.
Question though. Why couldn't YG just add the same blood energy onto the song and it'd be like a Blood Crip song?
That's what Wack was saying. He's saying you did multiple songs with him, and you knew he was a Crip the whole time. Now
Yeah.
all of a sudden you give a fuck, and you and
He said he's cripping too hard.
I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
Maybe YG, you know how it is. Maybe YG wanted to do 2 songs with him and didn't want to do 3 songs with him, or he felt like this song was a little too crypt out. I don't
Yeah,
know what the
whatever,
situation was.
whatever.
Yeah.
He may end up speaking on it. But either way, I saw Wack 100 and Blueface backstage at Day in Vegas. And actually, I saw Blueface and OGZ showing love and having a conversation.
That's amazing.
While he
That's
was
cool.
on E-Pills. So that was fun to see.
that sounds fire. Damn, they need to.
That will be in the vlog.
Need a song together.
I honestly never really knew if they fucked with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there was always a weirdness between Blueface and Draco, even though Draco's been locked up like the whole time Blueface has been popping. But I always wondered, like, does Shoreline kind of not fuck with Blueface because of that? But they were cool. So
I'm glad they tapped in.
That was cool to see. But then Wack said, like, we're gonna come do the interview together. And he said, we're going to do it Monday. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to get off the fucking plane, go home, take a shower, and then go straight to do the interview, which is basically how my day was. But when we get into the interview, right, and so one of the main things that I'm asking Wack about is the leaked audio. For those who don't know, there was some leaked audio of Wack talking about Nipsey's death and basically saying that Shitty Cuz, the dude who shot him, was doing what he is supposed to do in that situation, because in the gangbanging world, if someone calls you a snitch, then you got to kill him. And that's basically what happened, is Nipsey kind of told the dude he was a snitch and then whatever. But so I asked Wack about that, and Wack explains that that was leaked audio of a phone conversation that he was having with some dude from San Diego, and that he was just kind of keeping it real, like in a way that if he was speaking publicly on an interview or whatever, he wouldn't say, but he was talking to like another dude that he thought was like in the streets or whatever. So he basically kind of talked in a way that was disrespectful, and Nipsey, people at home can have their own opinions about how Wack said it, but the whole time that Wack is saying that shit, Blueface is like chilling, like eating sunflower seeds, and he doesn't say a single word about Nipsey. He doesn't say R.I.P. Nip, nothing, which is interesting because when Nip originally passed, every rapper in LA was saying R.I.P. Nip, but Blueface never said it. And I saw a lot of people talking about the fact that Blueface never said it, and you know they don't really have a connection aside from the fact they're both LA and they both are Crips, and so. Then the interview keeps going on, and at one point, Wack says, he goes, you asking me all this shit, you're going easy on him, and points at Blueface. And Blueface is like, what you mean? And then I'm like, okay, let's talk about it. People are saying that you didn't, and I start the sentence, and Blueface can tell that I'm about to say, people are saying, why didn't you post Nipsey when he died? And Blueface straight up gets up and walks out of here.
Jeez.
He walked out of the interview at that point. Now, to be fair, it's not that he walked out just because I asked him about Nipsey, but he walked out basically because it was kind of weird that Wack was almost like putting it on. Yeah. Like, why aren't you asking him about this? And then Wack goes on to explain, and this is something that I already kind of knew about, but it was the first time that I heard it said publicly, is that basically...
gangs didn't get along.
Exactly.
I knew that.
Because schoolyards don't get along with nobody, and they definitely don't get along with 60s.
No neighborhoods.
So basically, that was like a whole situation where... what Wack said is that Blueface not saying anything when Nip passed is the respectful thing to do.
Exactly.
Because in Blueface's hood, if he was saying R.I.P. Nip, they'd be looking at him crazy. And I understand that to a lot of people out there, it's like...
That makes no sense.
They're just rappers.
Nah.
You know, if you had lost people in your life and stuff on... Some gang shit, then I guess, you know, you think about it differently. Who knows? People are never going to actually come out and talk about, like, the details of what could have happened between different hoods or whatever. But when Wack explained it in that way, it did kind of make sense. But it was still, like, Blueface he was out of here when that shit came up. And that, like, I feel like that, the interview came out, like, an hour or two ago, but I feel like that's going to be this wild-ass viral thing.
Wait, so and that was the end of the interview. He didn't come back in?
No, and then Wack continued to just talk my ear off for like 20 minutes after that, which was cool because we were just talking about it. It was like, so he was just hitting me with so much at the end of the interview that I was kind of like, damn, bro, like Blueface already walked out. Like, this is... But I like Wack a lot, but he was going hella in depth about the shit.
Also, I watched your new podcast with Dame.
You did another episode of it?
You like it?
I enjoyed it. It was very entertaining.
What, you like seeing me get called racist a bunch of times? Yeah, I could see how you would like that.
He was drilling into you.
He was going hard. It's hard to get a word out.
Don't fucking call it a fucking podcast, asshole.
Oh my god.
It's a fucking show.
I'm already so like.
Don't call this a podcast either. This is a fucking show.
This isn't no jumper show.
This is a weekly night talk show.
I'm down with that. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just want to know if me and Dame keep doing these, like, is he gonna like chill out a little bit, and like, is it gonna be that intense every time?
Yep.
It was very intense.
He's on your ass.
It was very intense.
Is it just gonna be like that every time?
I really like it.
You need to watch it. It's very intense.
No, I watched a little bit of it. I like that he was on your dick. He was not playing.
Yeah.
He was not playing.
I didn't mean to say on your dick, Dame. Sorry.
Pause.
Yeah, don't disrespect Dame.
Pause.
Honestly, Wack hit me with a similar like
I can't believe he diverted it over to Blueface.
I know, because
like,
as a manager, how are you going to say, why aren't you asking my talent that I represent
about some gang,
some shit
LA
that
shit.
realistically it's obvious that you don't want to talk about?
Oh,
Very.
honestly, just hearing that was crazy. I gotta go watch that as soon
I know, I've
as I
been
get
wondering
home.
when that's
And
coming out.
multiple different times, like during the interview, like Wack was just talking and talking, and Blueface was like, "Man, like we go on World Star with this shit." Like Blueface was kind of like the one saying,
Like
you're doing too much, you're explaining shit too
Yes.
much and shit." And like that's kind of a weird. Like I guess that's what's always made me sort of fascinated by Wack's relationship with him. Is it's like usually the rapper wants to be the rapper, and they don't really want the manager to be like a big star and shit. And it's kind of different when you got like a Birdman who's like a real celebrity and stuff. And I always just wondered what the dynamic was between Blueface and Wack. And based on that video,
Jeez.
it does not seem to be as. I mean, Blueface never like got like negative towards Wack at all, but he was definitely
he
like
probably
was probably just
telling
like,
him to
"That's
chill
crazy."
and shit. You know,
Because he
Yeah.
respects him, I feel like, and he definitely helped take him to another level and shit. But it's like, at some point, it's like like fucking Suge said, like you don't want the manager all in the videos dancing around, come to death row, like like.
And I mean,
nigga,
Wack
you
ain't a
gotta-
puffy. Which
He's definitely not a puffy.
It would
but-
be cool though to see Wack in a shiny suit like Puffy
But look,
used to be.
even I remember when you posted the clip on Instagram of him saying me and Blueface are coming to do the interview Monday. That was like rang off my head. I'm like, oh, you guys doing it together? Like,
I was
okay.
hyped though because Blueface is tight, but Blueface
He's
is not
gonna talk that
mega
much.
talkative, you know.
Yeah, he's just talking about.
I mean, that's kind of
his
good, bro, because
girlfriends.
it's like at the end of the day, bro, like at the end of the day, you gotta look out for yourself and your family, and you can't get on here saying some disrespectful ass shit and like putting yourself in a predicament where it's like it's already been friction between those two areas, and it's like you said, that was the respectful thing by not speaking on it at all, not just zip mouth, don't say anything.
But it's going to be
it's like-
really interesting over the next couple of days to see if people thought that Blueface was being like too disrespectful
By
to
him
Nip.
walking out.
And also the sunflower seeds, to be totally honest. Like he's just sort of sitting there and like just like eating sunflower seeds, like not
It's
a
like
care in the world.
what are you supposed to do at that point? It's like, my nigga, like,
That's
Yeah.
a tricky predicament.
Wait, you
I know
gotta
me.
see it. You gotta see it.
cannot wait to see
Yeah.
it.
And that was what I was honestly thinking before we even did the interview. Is I was thinking maybe I should have Wack sit on one side and Blueface sit on the other, because when you're interviewing someone and one person is talking about something that clearly is not the thing that the other person wants to talk about, the way that we film it now, where you have like a view of like the two people, it's
Yeah.
like that can be really kind of uncomfortable from the footage. But in part, that's what's going to make the interview like crazy, is because you get to watch Blueface's reaction while Wack is talking about this shit. So I almost wanted to put them on separate sides of the table. Then I walked over here on the same side. I'm like, whatever.
If they would be on separate sides of the table, which side would you be on? Next to Blueface?
I was thinking I would be there, and then either Wack would be here and Blueface would be here, or vice versa. But then that didn't really play out. Can we talk about some news?
man, that's crazy, dog.
Oh, the Bad Baby fight with Vicky.
Oh my God.
We haven't talked about that yet.
We have not touched on that at all.
So Bad Baby lives in Atlanta now
Or at least spends a bunch of time there, and Will
Probably
Vicky
records
same
a lot
deal?
of music there, yeah.
because of.
Well, Vicky's from Atlanta, remember? Zone
Got it.
6.
Maybe because of Got It, I don't know, but I mean, definitely she's been kicking it with Got It, and that's what Will Vicky basically explained, was that Got It
Yeah.
had been in the studio with Will Vicky,
Oh,
and
yeah,
that
yeah,
Will
yeah.
Vicky just like exposed it, put him on her story, and then Bad Baby tripped the fuck out because obviously she wants ownership.
smoke, yeah.
I guess. I mean, this shit weird as fuck, but I guess that Got It got Bad Baby wrapped around his fucking finger or something, because he's just like. Got her fighting out here and shit. The craziest part
think
about
they-
it is
they
that
had
They
beef
already
though
had
before.
beef before.
Bad Baby rolled up with nobody else with her, no security or nothing, and people like just like that's crazy. Like she's not supposed to be doing that. You're way too famous to be rolling around with nobody going to random studios
To go fight.
To go
Wolf.
fight.
5
someone.
in the morning.
That's insane.
Will Vicky, I swear to God, wanted to fuck Rico Reckless by the end of that podcast. Rico,
I need to watch this. I have so much good stuff to catch
I
up
don't
on.
want to say that Rico was on a bean, but Rico might have been on a bean, bro. He was talking his ass off.
Oh, I saw him at Vegas.
Did
Yeah,
you?
But
oh,
I
he told
didn't-
me he was out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him briefly, but I didn't want to I don't know.
Reckless.
Reckless.
Well, Vicky was just like, you be talking a lot. Like, she straight up, like, it was unbelievable. And I almost before it told Rico, like, yo, like, just so you know, like, don't like talk crazy, like let her like talk a little bit. And I didn't say it. And then that is
you fucked up.
exactly what
What he
happened,
did.
is that he was bugging, just talking so much.
What was he tapping in about? Like, what was like?
Just everything.
Literally everything that has ever been discussed by anyone ever. Like Rico was just babbling. That's why I kind of think he was on Being, but I don't know.
What
Rico just talked like that, kind of.
Yeah.
Reckless.
I don't know, man. I was in one car ride with him to fucking
Oh, my
the
God.
observatory. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. I wish I had some AirPods right now.
AirPods didn't even exist back then.
I know, right?
That's you
was
have to use
cool, though. He was
regular
very
old Beats
nice.
by Dre.
Regular old headphones. Okay, wait. So they was in the studio recording.
Well, Whoa Vicky was in the studio with
recording.
somebody else, I believe, and the Bad Baby just pulled up.
I
and
thought she
just-
was recording with Got It. That's what
Or
I
maybe-
saw on some blogs.
I don't think God is doing music with Whoa Vicky.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
and
was
think
thinking,
about
too.
that. If Bad Baby's your girl and all this shit like that, like why would you go be in the studio with
That's
her?
the crazy part. It's like, what you want to engage this
Of course.
controversy?
Of course.
I don't know. That shit was crazy to me. But yeah, that podcast is out and doing good. But the crazy shit is keyed. When I was at Day in Vegas, I forgot. That morning, I posted the clip of him throwing the fucking dude's phone.
Oh, yeah.
And then I forgot to ask him about it when I was actually
God
kicking
damn
it
it.
with him backstage on camera for like 10 minutes.
Wait, so what happened with the phone thing?
Okay,
I
so
didn't see the video.
He's
by the way.
standing on the couch in a club, right? And he's like kind of leaning down, talking to his girl or whatever. And like you see this red hand, like or this
Red
hand.
phone.
It's a black guy's hand, I believe, and he's got a red hoodie on,
Yeah.
and he's holding the phone and he's just like reaching up and poking,
So annoying.
Got it with the phone, which is so.
You mean
Or excuse me,
Keed?
Keed, yeah, poking Keed with the phone.
Trying to get him to like take a video with the phone. Or
I
something?
guess maybe
Yeah.
like do a
Like
Snapchat
picture.
or something, and then fucking Keith just gets fed up, takes it, and just whips it across the fucking club. The crazy part to me is that I feel like that phone probably hit somebody in the head in the club.
Oh yeah.
You know,
And the crazy part is that the dude, like, they didn't like, I don't know, fuck the dude up or something.
I know, right? But then and then Keed went on his story, and I guess this is the fact that I didn't ask him about it. At least he talks about it in his story. But he was on his story right after, and he basically said that that basically that guy had been harassing him the whole night, like really bothering him for photos and shit like
Totally.
that. And so when that happened, that was kind of
That nigga might have been off the bean.
you know, that's what
Hopefully.
I was thinking. Somebody goes on drugs, and like, you sometimes are in that situation where you're dealing with a fan and it's cool, they want to take a picture, whatever, and then they just
just
want
do
to,
the most.
I want to talk to you, I want to be up in your shit, blah, blah, blah. I kept having that problem because for me, I got to smoke a spliff right before I go to bed. That's just my game that I've been on my entire fucking, well, I mean,
Life.
it was blunts before splits, but whatever. So I'm staying at the Aria, and we just
You had to go. Oh, I was at the Aria too. What the fuck?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't even know you were there.
Glad I didn't see you. That's good.
Glad. Fuck you.
I was there the whole time. I was fucking sitting there playing poker. Nobody fucking saw me or recognized me at all the whole time. I was like, this is great.
that was like the bougie fucking like hotel. That's why. Like,
But I think they had rates for people who were with the festival. I think they had good rates, so
What,
that's why
really?
they all stayed there.
Yeah, my shit was kinda cheap.
To be honest, it was kind of far from.
It is far.
You know, the
It is
Hilton.
far.
The Hilton is like directly connected to the.
I mean,
venue
if
of
you want to
the-
be technical, the fucking Stratosphere is literally across the street.
Yeah, you're
Circus
right.
Circus is right there too. Vegas is literally
Circus
all
Circus is so
casinos,
scary.
malls,
And
and hotels.
Balls?
It's crazy. Malls.
Oh,
They
malls,
are.
yeah.
There's a shit ton of malls.
Yeah.
Everything. It's like
Yeah.
Cash out game.
It's just like,
Because-
how much money are we going to spend?
We
all
spend
of-
a lot of money.
All of the casinos are gonna have like a fucking Gucci store and an
Exactly.
Abercrombie store. It's like everything just sort of mutates into one thing because
I
it's
know.
all.
It was very
just
Because I
confusing.
walk up and down the strip. It's like, at this point, I'm like, everything is the same.
Yeah, and you know,
And everything is nothing.
and a good thing
everything.
about it though is that like when I'm in New York, one thing that stresses me out. Also, one thing that stresses me out is
They're
that
the exact same.
in New York, you can't take a piss anywhere.
Oh yeah, you can pee anywhere in Vegas.
You know,
Really?
Vegas, there's bathrooms everywhere because
Oh,
there's
okay, okay,
mall
okay, okay.
type shits and casinos and shit. So they
Exactly.
have to be hospitable to the people that are there. So there's bathrooms everywhere,
and the
They're
bathrooms
clean.
are clean.
and they're clean as
Clean.
fuck.
I
because
put
it's
my
like-
bare ass cheeks on the seat at the Cosmopolitan.
Oh, I do that everywhere I go.
It was everywhere was clean
I
as
don't know
fuck.
about-
Sometimes
about
there'll
everywhere.
be fecal matter and piss on the toilet seat. I won't even bother. I'll just plop down on top of it.
You are so clean.
I'm just kidding. I'll do that. That's disgusting. Why would I do that?
Why?
What are we talking about besides fecal
Fecal
matter
matter.
and
You just
sitting
love.
on it?
You just love
You
bringing up.
love poop. I wonder if we can go one show without saying poop.
I'm like Lil Wayne. I always got to do a nice little poop punchline, you know?
Poop.
Poop, 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 poop,
Boop. Okay. Anyway,
Brinks truck.
didn't you run into DJ Scheme and Puya?
Oh yeah, I ran
gambling?
into them fucking at like 4 a.m.
Really?
Yeah, at the Cosmopolitan. I
Wow.
was like, I don't want to see anyone. I look like shit.
I texted Puya and told him that I was playing poker, and he didn't hit me back.
roulette.
I feel like he might have got a new number that I might have texted.
He might have
him,
probably got a
or
new
something.
number.
Saw him briefly.
But then you know what's funny? After I saw you say you saw them, I saw Puya and Scheme's comments like, "Oh, you just mad because you lost $2,000 playing poker."
When I played poker
That's
with Puya that one time, I've told this story before, but we both sit down and we got 10K, and he loses his 10K, and he fucking marches across the street to the Chase Bank, takes out another 10K or something, and then just like wires it over to the casino, and then sits down. But by the end of the night, he had won a shitload and made up for that.
Awesome.
But it was funny to see him doing some degenerate gambling ass shit, like just marching across the street to the fucking
Dude,
bank.
I see why you could lose your house.
I don't know.
It's so fun.
Oh, it's so fun. I don't know that Puya is actually like addicted to gambling, but I know that like myself, you can't, if you really love poker, you can't help but have a lot of those addictive urges. Like I could, if I lost like my buy-in like a bunch of times in a row, I could easily lose 5 or 10 grand in playing poker. Actually, the thing that would make that hard is the fact that it's hard to withdraw that much money late at night
from the bank.
It's probably good.
and they charge you crazy fees.
Gotta get that Schwab,
every
the
ATM,
Charles Schwab Bank.
$8 bank fees.
every ATM in Vegas is like $10, $8,
100%.
$6. Like nigga.
But it's such a nice ATM.
Oh yeah. You know what I was thinking about? I was just
You're
thinking.
gonna lick it?
All I was thinking about was like all the times when I used to be broke and I was like trying to pull out money late night for drugs, and I'm like, nigga, if I had to pay an extra $10 fee, that would really fuck up my plans. But now I can go buy my bitch some Balenciaga shoes, and it doesn't even.
You're
out
rich.
here buying $8 worth of cocaine for sure.
No,
Like,
wait,
can I
what?
get $8 worth?
No. I'm saying if you had to pay an extra $10 fee on top of the money you're pulling out already.
Yeah. No, for sure.
You're definitely withdrawing.
I'm definitely. They wouldn't let me fucking
Or is
play.
it overdrafting? I mean,
They wouldn't let me play at one of these casinos because my ID is like chipped. And
Really?
I'm like, what?
Oh,
And
that's
they like
crazy.
tried to scan it, and it was some weird like racist shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow,
it was
really?
weird. It was really weird. I was just
That's
like,
fucked up. Yo, did you?
oh my god. Oh, never mind.
I'm like, they let me on the plane with this ID, but I can't fucking
Apparently,
gamble.
apparently, I look like a prostitute if I gamble
my
at 4
God.
a.m.
Why? Who?
She almost got
Someone said something
Someone
to
was
you?
trying to trick me out.
What,
Not
they
gonna
came
name
up to you and
names.
tried to offer you money?
No.
Oh my God. Were
You
you all
gotta just
dolled
tell the
up?
story.
It was after the festival, so yes, it was one of the one day that I looked cute out of
She
all the
definitely had
days.
like a corset on.
I
Don't
was-
lie. You were kind of congratulated, right?
I was a congratulate.
No, you were congratulated. Like, didn't you kind of feel like,
Like you were
oh,
like,
damn,
oh,
like you
wow.
thought I was a hooker? That's kind of tight.
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Because it wasn't
not-
because it wasn't a person that came up to her. It was an
I
associate.
did not feel complimented
mine.
that I was a hooker.
Wait,
An associate
one
of-
of your friends thought Cam Girl was a prostitute.
tried to facilitate.
Should I say who it is? Because
Just
I don't
say
give
it.
a
Just
fuck.
go ahead.
Sure.
Fuck you, Tiesto. Like that shit was weird.
420 Tiesto,
That
not-
shit was weird.
But
Not
Tiesto has
Tiesto, the DJ.
Tiesto's been around you 5 billion times. How could he possibly think you're a prostitute?
He doesn't think I'm a prostitute. He was trying to.
It was some old white man that kept bothering them the whole time while they
he
were
was
gambling,
like,
and
he was
Tiesto
like,
was trying to
I
get
like
some
your
money
shirt.
out of it.
I have a pink one. And then like we had the dog with us. He was like, I have a bearded dragon at home.
Wow.
And then he just like, I think I
bearded
lost
dragon?
out on my chips. So he started like giving me like 2 chips. And like I was playing with that. I made my money back, whatever. I felt hella uncomfortable next to him. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. BRB. Okay, I'm not coming back. And TS was like, we can't leave. We gotta take
gotta
all
get his
his
money. We
money.
gotta get his
Take
money.
all his money.
He wanted you to team up on. What were you going to do? Some Claremont Twins shit? Drug him and
Yeah,
just go back to the
like,
room?
just like take his money. Like
I
what?
don't know.
Kill him and take all his shit.
I don't
Actually,
know.
the Claremont Twins did not do that for the record.
this
That's
is all alleged.
There's a
Also-
huge exaggeration
Shout out
of
to the
what actually
Claremont
happened
Twins.
with them.
Yeah, and also I was not down to do any of that. I was like, I want to go up to the room.
But bro, that's so grimy to think of that. Like some people, like if they meet a guy who's got like a couple G's to spend or some shit, that they're like, ooh yeah, like let's fucking hang out with him, finesse him all night, take his shit.
I mean,
wow,
I'm
that's
sure
hard.
that happens in Vegas.
That's hardcore. Yeah, that's like the whole economy
Right?
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think these bitches are doing?
Exactly, because then I mean I'm not looking around for prostitutes. So
Or,
then
yeah, right, like,
After
who's looking
that,
for that?
I was like, oh my god, every girl I saw down there, I'm like, oh, is she a prostitute?
The Aria was nice. I'm honestly like, because normally if you're walking around like 3 a.m. and you see some like hot ass chicks walking together,
You know what's up.
they're hookers. And it's weird though because a lot of hotels like,
I mean,
they know what you're doing. Then they are not
I mean,
trying
it's
to have you walking
it's
around
legal
there.
out there, right?
it's not like legal to be soliciting it in the
in a
casino.
fucking
I don't think,
casino,
right?
yeah.
Oh, you can only solicit it on flyers outside on the bridges.
Right, yeah, that kind of thing. And they have like the fucking ranches and shit like that, right? Actually, I don't even know what it's like. To
I
get a
saw
hooker in
so many
Vegas.
odd couples of like just some old, like wrinkly white dude and some young Asian girl. And
That's
just,
what
like,
they was trying to do with Kim.
Literally,
God.
it was
I
that
didn't-
situation.
I didn't even think about
I was
that, I'm
not
sorry.
into it. He probably thought I didn't speak English.
Dude, that's so fucking weird.
It was
Shout out
weird.
to that guy. Okay, this is a real story though. Back in the day, probably over 10 years ago, I was talking to my ex-girlfriend on the phone. We'd been broken up for like maybe a year or two, and her mom had just died. And she's so sad. She's like
Obviously.
absolutely super upset. She's sitting on the phone in this motel, just talking to me on the phone. Just like, and we were broken up. We didn't even really talk anymore.
Why
But
was
she
she in
was
the
so
motel?
sad that she wanted to tell me because she had to like go and stay there to be around while her mom died or whatever. And or after her mom died, and a guy asked her how much
Oh man.
while she was on the phone with me, while she's sitting there crying her eyes out.
About her mom.
Well, like in
being
the
dead.
lobby?
Yeah,
That's so
Dude.
fucking weird.
I felt bad. I was like, damn, that guy's a jerk, huh?
Dude, soliciting pussy is just not the wave sometimes. You gotta just
I'm
calm
trying
down.
to get into it, to be real.
Maybe
You ever
that's
bought some
just-
pussy?
No, I bought some dome from 2 Asian prostitutes in China, like 10 years ago.
So that's, I mean,
So
that's
you
what I
have
meant.
solicited.
I had a
Yes.
condom on. It doesn't feel real.
I got a condom.
I want to find a prostitute with Lena and fuck her together, and then I'll
pay
feel
her.
like I'm truly
Pay her?
Of course, pay her, because of course we fucked a lot of girls who were prostitutes that we didn't pay.
Yeah, I
you
fucked
know,
up.
just like porn stars and shit. They escort on the side and shit. But yeah, I think that would be really fun. That would be like a good vlog.
What's the max you would
You and your
pay?
fucking vlogs.
I
Oh,
don't
wait.
even. I want to
Philip-
pay a good amount. I want to spend like $500 so I know that I'm getting something decent.
Philip Solo did that on his YouTube. My favorite YouTuber. Shout out Philip Solo TV. He he went with the most expensive prostitute in Toronto. or
What, he
something.
hung out with her?
No, he like probably paid her to fuck. I didn't watch the video yet. but
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
want to
it.
watch that. That sounds cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you should follow.
interesting.
He's honestly the funniest YouTuber ever.
Imagine being a prostitute YouTuber where you literally
Oh my
every
God,
time you
that's-
upload
That's this guy's new job.
No,
Come
no,
on.
I'm
for
about to,
no jump.
No,
Come
I'm about
on.
to find a girl and we're gonna facilitate this. Thank you.
Oh
Thank you for the
my
idea.
God.
Because last night I was watching a video that was
I'm
called,
gonna be a YouTube pimp.
it was called "Does a Laundromat Make Money?" And it's literally just this guy who owns a laundromat. He goes in, he collects all the quarters, all the money out of the change machines, the video games, the laundry machines, and everything. He puts it all together, talks about how much money he made. 1 million views in 5 days. And
Amazing.
that, but
What?
imagine being a prostitute YouTuber, like literally,
literally
but
run
you
it
got to
up.
find hookers who are down to talk about it, so
Yes.
that you can like post
Well,
up
listen.
in the hotel, talk about what we're about to do, then you do it, then you review it.
Well, listen.
It's like prostitute Yelp.
It would have to be somewhere where it's legal.
Oh yeah.
Go move to
Oh,
Las
Australia.
Vegas.
They'll do a
Australia
sting.
somewhere.
Wait, it's legal to fucking get
Is
Yes.
it
Yes.
legal in Las Vegas?
Go,
Go to Nevada.
go to Vegas.
No, I got.
It's way closer.
I have a prospect in Australia that's already
my
down.
God.
If you don't put them on camera, like if you make it
You get
purely
blurred.
about just like doing it and then reviewing it afterwards,
Oh,
or
like the people.
you make them wear a ski mask over their face so you can't see them when you
How many
are
dudes
trying
are
to-
actually going to be down to talk about that on camera? Probably.
No, you are the
You-
one.
this
you
is-
No,
make a
I was
video
going to be
about
the
every different-
producer of the show.
No, you're not understanding. You,
You
are
fuck
the
the
one.
hookers and then you talk about
I
it.
thought
This
you
is-
meant that you wanted the
No.
girls to be the YouTuber.
No,
and
you
talk
are the
about it.
YouTuber, and then you review
I think the
it.
girl being the girl being the prostitute and talking about
That's
it
a
is
way
better.
more realistic idea of something that could actually happen.
But
and
you
would-
want me to go buy the
Yes.
I like the idea because okay, you know how they have all these like gadget YouTubers. It's like the new iPhone comes out, they got to talk about the new
review-
iPhone.
Okay,
Review
or-
some
Want me to
fucking
review some pussy?
Yo, $4 hooker versus $400
Oh my
hooker because they always do those videos
this-
on BuzzFeed.
I don't want to
and
risk
shit.
my dick though. We got to put Yuri up to do it.
Oh my God, that's another
Yuri
good
doesn't
one.
know how to treat a woman.
Yeah. I mean, I'll pay for it and have Yuri do it.
I mean, you could produce it, but anyways,
I'll be the producer. Let's
or,
go.
I mean, you
Pause.
could think about all the travel YouTube. You know, you could just travel to different
travel
countries
and
and
buy
different
different
cities.
prostitutes.
Which country best?
I love this idea.
This is honestly
Yuri,
a great
you missed
idea.
it. We're gonna make
Yuri,
you rich and famous.
Yuri, you're about to be we got to volunteer your dick.
He's like, sure.
Wait, okay.
I'm honestly hungry as fuck, so I'm looking at this list of topics,
And you're thinking about food?
trying to figure out what.
Oh, wait,
We
speaking
have
of
to talk about-
wait,
oh, the
speaking of
Halloween
hungry
costumes.
Wait, hold on. Before that, speaking of hungry, YK Osiris allegedly bit his
Oh my
girlfriend.
God.
Maybe
in the
he
face.
was just
This-
hungry.
Allegedly.
This fucking guy.
That was a great segue,
That was
wasn't
a
it not?
great segue.
YK Osiris, up and
Allegedly.
coming R&B crooner, who, by the way, I met Jacquees backstage, so they have
The
beef, and
king
They
that's
have
of
cool.
beef?
R&B.
Because of
No,
who's
no,
the
they got
king?
fake beef.
He's gonna come in and do the interview soon, just so
That's
y'all
fire.
know. I got his phone number.
Is he?
Ask him if he is mad that he looks like a mini Quavo.
No, I'm not going to ask him that.
Is YK Osiris purposely taking the Chris Brown route?
Stop.
Probably not.
I did not. That was a joke. I'm
The
sorry.
gnarliest part about this, honestly, like I read the article, is that, you know, a lot of times you hear about these situations with rappers where they fucking get into it, beat up their girlfriend, whatever. But the girl doesn't really like tell the cops shit,
Yeah,
so the
that's the
situation
same
kind of goes away. When I was reading the thing about it, it's like
she
told the cops that and like told them details. That's why we know that he allegedly bit her face and all this shit.
Apparently, chased her up a flight of stairs, choked her.
Crazy.
He sounds like a demon. Based on that.
But every video I ever seen him, he was like talked about God and talking about like the music industry is evil. Like you don't want to sell your soul to this.
A lot of people,
I'm a man
man,
of the God.
that's why he needs God. Apparently, is because he's out here trying to bite bitches' faces off.
On some fucking some
Cannibal
Florida
shit.
man shit.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I'm a pretty good person. That's why I don't need God. I don't think I need God to be a good person. And I think apparently
for some people
YK
that-
Osiris is gonna eat your face if he doesn't have God. Maybe God took that day off.
Oh my God.
You're the worst person ever.
Next subject.
I didn't eat a face. No, I mean, I'm not. We don't know.
We don't know what
maybe
happened.
Maybe she's a psycho. Maybe she's lying. Probably not, but maybe.
We don't know what
Dude,
happened.
Yeah, we don't know what happened. We're not them. And
They said
we're not their
in the article
family.
it said she had to bite his lip to get him off, and the fight was eventually broken
How
up.
do you bite his lip when he's biting?
I don't know,
That's
dude.
interesting.
I'm just reading the article.
Man,
Interesting.
what a
Not
situation.
interesting,
Let's
but
do some Halloween
bad.
costumes, Yuri. Change up the OVS view and throw some Halloween costumes on stage, and then we're gonna all rip
If you
them
watch
to
him
shreds.
doing it, he's gonna
on
get
stage.
nervous, guys.
Yeah.
Are the
Yuri can't
viewers
be watched.
going to be able to see this or what?
Yes, they're
Yeah.
gonna change up the OBS so that they can see.
Yuri, don't leak
what's on
any
the screen.
don't leak any secret information
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
definitely gonna leak our stream key right now.
probably
The
gonna-
more fucked up shit that we say. Who is that? That's
No way.
Big Sean.
No way.
That's a cool costume.
Who
He
told
looks
you that?
cool as fuck.
Who told
That
you that
could
was Big
also
Sean?
be like, I don't know, my cousin.
Why,
That could also be like I don't anybody.
why,
It could also be Lou.
Why is Big Sean not just Spider-Man, but a really drippy Spider-Man with some cool shoes and a cool jacket?
Well,
You just explained it so that he could be a drippy
Yes, it could be
Spider-Man.
drippy.
Come
Well,
on.
and in the last Spider-Man movie that came out, he was actually wearing those Jordans, and they released a
That's
pair
so fire.
of Spider-Man Jordan ones.
Dude, he
wow.
is a drippy Spider-Man.
So he literally he really got into costume for
But
this.
you know what? This is, I mean, the costume might be a little bit expensive. Not expensive, but
the Jordans at least cost like $300 at
yeah.
least.
What kind of jacket is it? Do we know?
I don't know. It looks kind of cool though.
Looks cool
Also,
as
what
fuck.
if this just isn't even him?
What if this isn't him?
What if
That's-
Yuri's
if
lying? I wouldn't be surprised at
No.
all.
If Yuri
what
did
if
not
this
know-
is Yuri's costume, and
Yuri-
he just wants us
Who
to
posted
review
this?
him?
Complex posted this, so it's been verified. Okay,
Alright.
we approve. Let's see the
Fine.
next
All
one.
right, go to the next one. You know there's a
Oh my God, Cardi as the sexy nurse.
She looks amazing.
this looks like a
love
porn.
it.
Stop.
Is that wrong?
Fine. Yeah, she looks
She
amazing.
looks hot as fuck.
Too hot to do porn.
What? Okay, go next.
I take it back. Plenty of hot girls do porn. I'm just saying.
Why are you going back,
Cardi,
bro, instead of forward?
Cardi
Just let
remains
him do what he's
one
doing.
of the hottest chicks out, while also being a fire rapper. I'm just saying. I think
love
she's
her
hot as
so
fuck.
much.
Let's just
I don't
throw
know
that
about
out.
fire rapper. bro.
Stan
You don't think she's a dope rapper?
Cardi. Who is this?
Okay, she's killing it in the rap game.
Oh, okay. I want to see if either you guys know who this is.
It's the fucking dude from Friday.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Adam.
But wait,
okay.
but I don't think the dude in Friday. Wait, what was his name? Big Perm.
Big Worm.
Big
You were
Worm.
very
Big
close.
Worm.
Big
I'm
Perm.
actually really surprised.
Big Worm with a perm.
Hey, Adam, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really surprised right now.
Don't you
'cause
think he could have been closer to? I don't remember what Big Worm
was wearing?
wore in Friday.
it
but
might have been something like this?
It wasn't a Louis Vuitton sweater that's been
Oh,
out for like 2 weeks.
I couldn't tell that was a Louis Vuitton
The Louis
sweater.
Vuitton
from
sweater
over
is
here.
very nice, and I wish his name was Big Perm.
And also, when you wear the jewelry, your own
kinda-
jewelry,
Yeah, you kind of throwing it off.
you know, I don't know if
You
Big
gotta
Perm
go
had that.
all.
Big
You
Worm.
gotta
gotta
go.
go
You
all
gotta go
in.
Big Sean with it, and like literally, if it means covering your fucking face, you have to cover it.
All right,
For
well,
the
Lil
outfit.
Uzi Vert had a
Shout
really
out to
good one.
Casanova. Casanova's manager was backstage at Day in Vegas talking to us about the interview, like totally clueless about the fact that he fucking ghosted on me.
That's fire. Okay,
Not
next.
ghosted, he actually just canceled it.
Who's that?
I cannot even see
It's
it.
so far away.
That's Jeezy and his wife as YG
That's
and
a
Kalani.
interesting,
How
like-
are you?
What?
So you're a rapper that's been on the scene for like 20 years, and
And who
you're
also signed YG at one point.
he signed YG?
At one point, yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Interesting.
That's interesting. But how are you gonna dress up as a couple that's been together for like 2 weeks?
Well, that's
yeah,
like
and
that's
they're
like
and they
Erica
might
Mena.
be, and they might be broken up because apparently he got caught cheating.
Yeah, but do you
Look,
think that
and
they
that's like-
actually broke up because they were saying that he offered like a weird apology saying that
Who,
he didn't
YG
do
or,
it.
or
even-
Jeezy?
YG apologizing to Kalani because he cheated on her like blatantly, and it was caught on
They've
camera.
been together for what, like a month? What the fuck?
I don't know, and they blamed it on him being drunk, but they also tried to say it didn't happen, even though it clearly did in the video.
Well, they look great.
She looks great. I don't
I really don't understand this at all, but okay.
I know
I wish
nothing
we-
about Jeezy's love life. I'd like
I
to
wish
know
we
who he's
didn't pick that
dating.
one. And I think we don't have Lil Uzi Vert in here. And I
No,
wish
but
we did.
I'm just gonna say that as long as we're doing W's or L's, that was.
Wait, who is
That was a. That
Get
was
back
like,
there. Let's look at Dennis again.
This is a fucking W.
Wait, is that Drake as his own dad?
Yes.
How many
Oh my
costumes
God.
did Drake do? Because he also dressed up as a security guard.
Yo, he snapped on that.
This
He
is a
dressed up
W.
as his own dad.
That's super fire. But you
This
know what's
is a
cool about it too
capital
is that
W.
the last time we heard about Drake and his dad, Drake was basically
beefing.
having to say that his dad needed to shut the fuck up because he was talking too much.
That's like
That's just some
Blueface
family
and Wack
shit.
one.
So this is good. It's almost like a reconciliation. Like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, I can dress like you, and that will let the world know that I don't hate you.
Yeah, that you're my dad and I love you. Okay, keep going.
That's tight.
I
what-
love this
Oh
costume.
shit! I didn't know who that was. I was like, who
You
is
don't
that?
know what it is?
It's
I didn't know who it
Big
was.
Sean's
Who
ex, right?
Janae
No,
Aiko.
don't-
What's her name?
wait, don't say the name. I
Janae
wanted-
Aiko.
No, I said I
I
didn't know.
always
who it was.
read it, but I don't know how to say it
It's
because
like
I'm gonna be honest.
Janae.
I've never listened to any of her music at
Her
all.
music's great.
Is it? Well,
She's
I'll,
so
Janae
fucking
Aiko.
hot.
I'll
dude.
never find out because it's some
She's very,
girls
very
singing
gorgeous.
shit. But
So what do you guys think? W or L?
Super W.
Mega
Capital
W.
W.
Anyone who fucks with Pokemon culture, I fuck with them. So I love
She's
it.
so fine too.
The funny part though is that a lot of her peers presumably got paid a lot of money to do brand deals for Pokemon Go over the course of the past few months, and then meanwhile she's basically doing it for free. Which
You don't know if she got to check him
Yeah, who
out.
knows? She might have.
Fuck
I
outta
wish that. What's the other one? Misty. Maybe I'll be that
yeah.
next year.
Who's Misty?
Come on.
Nigga.
That's the Team Rocket chick.
Oh man, this.
I don't
Oh,
know a
I
lot
love-
about
if you
Pokemon
fuck
besides.
with Pokemon culture, I fuck with you.
I never
Who's
watched
Misty?
the fucking anime. I play Pokemon Go, and there's no Misty in Pokemon Go.
There's nothing in Pokemon Go besides the Pokemon, right?
No, there's Team Rocket now.
Great costume, but I feel like a lot of people have
Oh,
done
he
it.
snapped.
But
Lil
great
Nas X.
costume.
Well, but this is a funny costume because it's like him paying tribute to the original gay rapper Cameron.
Yo, you gotta chill out.
Not gay, but someone who kind
Everybody
of
thought he was gay.
Cameron broke it open for
He broke open his
guys had never toyed with their sexuality, and it's funny to think that in 2003 it was considered toying with your sexuality.
To wear
being-
pink.
To wear pink. Doesn't that sound insane
It's
now?
insane.
But Cameron was very progressive in his own time, even though he presumably only fucks women. Lil Nas X out here getting some booty grease on him,
Yeah,
dressed
you
up
gotta
as
chill
Cameron. It's
out.
kind of cool, you know?
You really gotta chill out. Bro.
Why? You know,
Wait.
he-
Here we go again.
I know.
Wait,
Whoa,
thi-
with Jay-Z. Whoa,
this
this
isn't
is
the
crazy.
party with the Rolexes, right, Yuri? Okay,
Nah,
never
nah.
mind.
That's what Jay-Z looked like after him and Lil Nas X had a time together.
Stop.
That's what Jay-Z
I'm
looked
just
like.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's what Jay-Z looked like after Solange got to him in the elevator.
Literally.
leaked shots. No, but you want to hear?
Now
the-
this is a really good costume, and also a lot of people did this. That's the nigga from
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
But
yeah.
you know, this is the crazy thing is that me and Lena dressed as Yuri. I don't know if you want to pull up in a separate window. Me and Lena's. If you go to my Instagram,
Can you not be naked, please?
we will
Yeah,
not show
I
any
don't
of the
wanna see your
naked
dick.
pics, but we'll show the picture of me and Lena dressed up as what's her name in the fucking. I knew it for the night. I forgot now.
what's
though.
her name?
Mia Wallace.
Yeah, Mia Wallace.
Oh, Mia
is the
Wallace.
girl.
And weren't you the dude?
And I was Vincent Vega. And then, but you know,
Ew, you guys had some weird freaky sex that night.
not really. Did
Come
we?
on, Vincent and Mia.
Yeah, she snorted heroin. It was great.
my God.
But no, and then we go to.
I thought she did coke in the
we
movie,
went to
not
this
heroin.
party, right? No, it was heroin. That's
It
why.
was-
That's why she died.
Oh,
Oh
why
my
was
God,
she
I
snorted
remember that.
heroin?
That's
What
why
the
she overdosed.
I like this picture of you
You like
guys.
that?
You
She's
guys
also doing
look
coke,
cute.
too?
Isn't that cute?
You guys look very precious.
She thought it was
Thanks,
coke, but it
Josh.
was heroin. Isn't that what happened?
Okay.
Anyway,
I have to go rewatch
But so
that movie.
we're at this party dressed like this, and this fucking like black dude walks in, and he's dressed as Samuel L. Jackson in
Oh,
Pulp
no.
Fiction. He walks right up to us and just looks at us like,
We here together.
well, and I'm like, yo, that's
awesome.
so
That's
tight.
fine.
Nice to meet you, bro. We spent. I was like, and when I
What
left,
party was this?
It was like Riley Reid had a party at
What the
Rockin'
fuck?
Riley's. It wasn't
Yeah.
that sick. It was like 20 people hanging out drinking. It was like
Okay.
nothing. And then when I left, though, I was like, hey, see you at work tomorrow.
That was
You're such a dad.
fucking dad. That's
Okay,
kind of
let's
funny.
go back
though.
to the real Halloween.
Let's go back to the real
costumes.
Halloweens.
Yeah.
Just kidding. This one's real.
No, that was good though. I'm not gonna lie.
I like it though. Yeah. But
Great.
the other funny thing about it too, though, is
Was
that
this TJX6?
Jay-Z had
No,
beef with
it's fucking
Cameron
Lil
until
Pump,
like a
Lil
year
Pump.
ago, for the record. You know, that was not even that long ago that Jay-Z and Cameron squashed their beef, even though obviously I'm sure they didn't really give a fuck anymore.
I'm sure he
But they
doesn't.
had a very real beef back in the day.
Also,
Yeah.
they're the same height. Jay-Z's kind of tall.
But hasn't the world come really far that Jay-Z can now kick it with a gay kid who's dressed up as his former hip-hop rival?
We are so progressive.
We've
so
progressed.
progressive.
We've come so far. Okay, next.
He-
Pump.
The fact that he looked at this and said, "Is that TJX6?" What? That looks like Lil Pump.
TJ,
I mean, I couldn't-
TJ scammed the makeup artist. Dude, you want to? Okay, this is.
It's great.
I just scammed Party
is he, a
City for a
mummy?
costume.
Or is
the
he an
funniest thing you
avatar?
ever said.
Or what is this?
I have no idea.
I don't know. What is it?
An alien?
The
Incredible Hulk
zombie. What is
okay.
that? Is that even a thing?
Okay, because he kind of looks like a tree and an alien in a mummy costume.
Yo, Yuri, for the record, we're in the corner right now as we look at this.
This is in the middle, like right covering the middle of the table, from the center.
Okay.
I bet it looks like shit. But
Probably
I'm just
looks like
wondering.
shit, but it's all right.
Anyway, so this is. I have to offer an explanation for what happened. Also, how many viewers do we have? 3,000. 3,000
Yeah, that's better
loyal
than last week.
homies. Smash the like button.
Smash like
35.
3,500. Wow, that's
I mean,
cool.
like last year.
Okay, I need to offer an explanation and an apology
Don't end the
to
stream
all
this time,
3,500
after.
people. Basically, what happened the night before I went to Day in Vegas, Pump is hitting me up because it's fucking Halloween, and he's telling me like, "Yo, let's hang out." Because Pump, the previous 2 Halloweens,
Tried to hit you up.
coincidentally, me and Pump ended up hanging out, and he ended up taking ecstasy or some shit because
Yeah,
he
he
was
was-
wilding the
he
fuck
was
out both
geeked up,
times.
I remember.
And both times I ended up doing an iPhone vlog, and I had actually told Pump like I want to do an iPhone vlog with you on Halloween, so make sure you remember. And he actually called me multiple times, and I couldn't bring myself to do it because I had to be up at like 6:30 in the
To take a
fucking
flight.
morning to go get the
fucking
flight.
Vegas, yeah.
And it's like it made me feel like an old man because like if I was a real true G,
You would have fucking tapped in with the Lil Pump vlog.
a G, if I was a real G,
And you missing out on
You're
content too.
low
You're
I
key.
missed out on
tripping.
like 1 million views and hanging out with the homie
And being geeked up and just everything.
but I just couldn't imagine myself doing it because
and
then
then
I
taking a flight at 6
get on
a.m.
a 45-minute
That's
flight.
some shit Monte does. Or I mean, house.
I know.
I mean, that's
a
facts.
younger man, I would have done it, and I would have been proud of it.
And then you would have went and got the flight and would have been all right. Yeah.
And I would have made I would have been able to do good
Yeah.
for my community, but instead I fucking.
So now
Did
there's,
not
so now
hang
there's
out
no
Pump.
vlog because you fucking suck and you're old.
I feel like a pussy. I
Boo.
feel like a dickhead. I feel like a
fucking
piece
pussy.
of shit.
You're not
Just
for,
know,
you're
Lil
not
Pump.
for the people.
Lil Pump, if you call me at any time, I will come vlog with you at any time. Pump.
Damn, that's so true. All right, next.
Wait.
Everybody's doing
Oh,
multiple
shit, okay.
costumes this year. I didn't even. For me, I've never even considered dressing
didn't
up
even
more than
dress up
once in a
once.
year.
Me either. He
That's
snapped.
I like this costume more than the alien zombie costume.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Joker is probably one of the most played out costumes of the year.
yeah,
Probably
but he has like the perfect hair
Right,
for it.
He killed it. He did so good, and I also just like this photo. You're zoom out again. I just like this photo a lot.
He looks like a fucking
looks
model.
cool.
He looks tight.
He
Yeah.
looks like a model.
It looks like a no jumper thumbnail.
Oh my god. It looks a little bit crispier. I'm not gonna lie.
I think
And a
it's,
no
a,
jumper
it's a
thumbnail.
W. I fuck with it.
All right, big W's. Next one, Yuri. Oh, my favorite one.
The
My
best
favorite one.
costume in the universe.
I really wish he didn't have V-Lone Forgiato
Who
rims
is that?
on his fucking car. Who
Come
do you think it is?
on.
Really?
It's Uzi.
That's Uzi. Holy shit! I was kind of thinking that, but I didn't really. Damn.
I love the head.
Why
the
couldn't
Franken
they
head.
have made the head the same color as his face?
They probably didn't have the
think they
same color
fucked up.
green.
Yeah, I mean, I get
But-
that, but like maybe they could have blended it in more.
Yeah, they
like,
coulda, like-
you
They really
could
coulda.
take the
I love
face
that
paint
fucking
and
crew
paint-
neck though. I want it to probably some expensive ass fucking fashion ass shit that I
It's
have that I
great.
don't know about.
It's Rick. It's
It
Raph.
might be some crazy shit like that.
some
Wait,
other
wait,
shit.
zoom out to the fucking Halloween
Yeah,
Nike
you
SBs.
don't need to zoom in like this.
Zoom into the Nike SB, the fucking Halloween Nike SBs though, for real, because them shits just came out, and I fucking wanted them, and I should have got them.
It
But
looks great.
You can't drip like Uzi.
Definitely.
I hate those rims. No, get out of here. I hate those V-Lone rims. Fuck out of
That's
here.
don't
Monte's,
like those?
That's
Fucking hate
Lil Households
4G Auto
car.
told me they want to hook me up with rims. Should I get those?
I mean, no.
Yes.
Fuck no. No.
Yes, get them.
No, get other rims from them,
Get
not
'em.
V-Lone.
Did those just come out?
Nah, they've been out for like a year probably.
That's tight though. It's tight if 4G Auto did it with Bari after his whole situation.
Yeah, I
you know,
know.
because that proves that they're G'd
They
up.
don't give a
down for the
fuck.
homies.
I don't give a fuck.
It's good to know.
That's good to know.
I'm not even homies with Bari. I just think it's cool.
Oh, who's this?
Oh, this is Missy
No,
Elliott.
who is the person that dressed up?
Listen, Missy Elliott. This is Missy Elliott redid her. Yeah, Missy Elliott
Oh.
redid herself. Like it's like 20
What?
years later or some shit.
Wow, that's
and she looks
epic.
the exact fucking
She looks
same.
literally
Black
exactly
do
the
not
same.
crack.
Wow, that's racist.
She honestly looks exactly
Hey, that's
the
not
same.
racist.
I mean, no, she looks great, but also it's like, you know.
She looks the exact same. She
if
looks
you're gonna
amazing.
take a photo like that, obviously you can Photoshop the shit out. You can do whatever you want to.
No, she looks no.
No, she looks great. I'm just
No,
saying.
No, not just in this picture. She looks
Yeah,
like
she looks
really
young
good.
as fuck. She looked the
At least
exact
she had a
same.
clean pair of shoes this time. Look at the first shot.
Nigga, that was clean. Shut the fuck up.
You think they were clean? You think it's just
I mean,
the picture?
Is
It's
this an
the
old ass
shadows.
picture, nigga?
No, it was probably before people cared about the bottom of their shoes
Nah,
being
you're
clean.
tripping, niggas was back then. Niggas was even more probably like I need 100 pair of all white Air Force One shipped to my hotel.
Right.
I'm gonna change them every 5 seconds. Like
That's so cool that she redid it.
Is there any photo of you that's epic enough that it would be worth recreating it? Is the question.
maybe a picture
The
of me
one
like
with the
snorting
coke right
snorting
here.
coke off of some white girl's ass or
You
something.
used to always stick the baggie of coke to your forehead. That was awesome.
And then Reese stole it from me, and he starts doing that now.
You took it?
Well, because he sells drugs.
That all. That always stood out to me as like the most ignorant thing I
That you
could
could
ever
do.
imagine.
Being in the middle of the party with the coke
With a
bag
coke bag on your
forehead.
head, like, hey, look at me.
Who wants a bump?
That's so
Just
funny.
know I left that in the past, and I let the other homie take that over.
Oh, also, I just
You passed that
a
on?
quick
Pass it on.
aside. I
Pass the
just want to
torch.
say, watch the Blueface interview, and when he says the hard R, and I
love it.
giggle so uncomfortably, I don't know what the fuck to say because it is so.
And
weird.
what context did he use it in?
Because I was asking him about, I was like, when you post a photo and you're flexing money, you're basically saying to the world, pull up on me. You ain't gonna rob me. And he goes,
What?
I've been looking to catch me a. And it sounded like the way he said it, I was
Whoa.
just like, whoa.
I've been looking to catch me a nigger.
That's like when we were.
Josh is
I
laughing
did
way
not
too
know
hard.
what the fuck to
We
say,
were in
man.
fucking like Barstow or some shit driving
Oh
back
my God.
from Las Vegas.
Driving back
this
from
guy
Vegas.
screams, that, you know,
Like in the
word.
car or like at a
No,
restaurant?
No,
we're in
okay.
a gas station.
Oh wait,
And
okay.
there's this
Let me.
old
Can
ass.
I explain it?
Racist.
If I
stop
if I
stop
if I
N-word
start,
splaining.
Because I wanted to say
New
that.
term, N-word splaining. When the Asian person starts trying to explain the N-word situation as
should
if
just
she
let
is
me
a
explain
real
it.
minority, you're only a halfway
if
minority.
I'm the one that brought it up and I'm talking, I don't usually like try to take over someone's
Because you
story.
can't even
Explain
say
it.
the
Because
N word. You
Continue.
should just let me
both
say
of you,
it.
I'm gonna
both of
bow
you
out.
always like to talk over me and act like you're
I'm
smarter
sorry.
than me. So there's that.
If you
Go,
wanna-
say, talk.
Why tell the story if you can't even say the
Go
N word? I
say
could just tell you what
talk.
happened.
She just likes saying N-word over and
Yeah,
over.
I could just tell you what happened. We walked in the gas station. My girl was picking up fruit snacks, and she was like, "What flavor do you want?" And I said, "Get the grape ones, cause I'm a
God.
nigger."
At
He
the
And
screamed
I
gas
yelled
it.
in the gas station,
Screamed
and the
it.
dude laughed so hard and so loud. This old
I
white
wish
man.
I got that on camera. He was like, ah, ha, ha, ha.
He was like, "Ha!"
I was like, oh my God.
Like
It was just him?
It was just him.
It was
Oh
just
my
us
It was just
three
him
and
us.
him.
It was hilarious.
But it's
I'm
you're-
sorry, Kim. I
You're
didn't mean to
such
take
a
your story.
one-trick
It's okay,
pony
it's
with
your
that
story.
shit because you always do it on stage too. You always will be like,
I didn't do it
everybody
that
say.
I didn't do it that day in Vegas. I should have did it though.
No, don't.
Wait. Speaking of Vegas, can we talk about how Kim got so mad at me in the hotel room?
Wow, what'd you do?
Stop.
I like did my little water thing, where I pour water on people while they're
He's
asleep.
so not funny. I
To
swear. God.
her?
I only put a little bit though, but she was really mad.
Then I got a fucking gallon when I poured it all over his head. Then I threw a lamp at him and I said, "Don't ever fucking do
She
that
was
shit
really
again."
mad. She was really.
Whoa.
I
I swear
felt
to
really
God,
stupid
though.
afterwards. I felt
Yeah,
really
you
bad.
should feel stupid. You're like almost gonna be 30 soon. Like, don't fucking do that
in
shit.
5 years, okay.
Kim just turned a little bit hood. You're almost 30 soon.
I'm also like losing my voice.
Little Latina came
I'll
out
be
of
30.
you.
I'm not Latina.
I'll be 30 in
I'm
5 years.
You're
Korean.
Latinx.
I'm not anything X. I'm Korean.
Is that how that's said? Do you say Latinx?
Exactly how
What?
you say it.
Because
it's
it's this
Latin
whole
X.
it's a whole conversation today because Elizabeth Warren says that, and the New York Times or whatever put out an article being like, "Yo, like less than 2% of Hispanic people will ever like even know about that term or use that term." That's like mostly like a weird activist like social
never
justice
even
Twitter
heard of
thing.
that.
You never even noticed it. I just don't know. Like they were saying that they were making fun of Elizabeth Warren for saying Latinx. I'm like, isn't that what it is? That's what it looks like.
Little Latin X.
How do they think that you?
There probably already is
They
one.
think you would pronounce it what Latinx?
I thought it was
Latins?
Latinx.
No, it's
Well, the
Latinx.
purpose of it is that like the
Yeah,
default
no
being
gender.
Latino,
Yeah.
right? is-
Latino.
What you think that
Latino.
that's not worth explaining? You don't think that the people, everyone at home is
I
so
thought
woke that they're going
everyone
to explain?
knew that.
See, that's the problem. You're just like Elizabeth Warren. You think everybody's as woke as you.
Sorry. And in comes it. I killed the president hoodie.
Here she
There's
comes
another
in
one.
in her Balenciagas. Oh! Wait, no. Yes, they are actually.
You need to turn it on. Light it up.
Yeah, you gotta light it up.
Wait,
real quick.
can you
Light it up.
pass us a sneak so we can do
Yeah,
a little
just
demo
take
with
one
the
off and
lights and
throw
stuff?
it.
Yeah, I don't.
Just throw it. Throw it, nigga. I don't want to. Here,
It's
look
look at look at how yo, you're just like Missy Elliott. You got a leaf stuck to the bottom. Ugh. Little poop leaf.
You don't even know how to do it.
Yeah, I don't. Show me.
I'll show you.
Where is it?
It's right here.
Oh.
I wish it was dark in here.
3.
You can't really see it well, that guys. But usually it's
Is
like,
it like a mood ring where you have to
Mm-hmm.
just change up? Ooh, you change
That's
up
for
your
when you
drip throughout the
shuffle.
day.
What?
Ooh,
It's lit.
that is pretty
wait,
lit.
but oh wait, sorry, no, should I not say it? Should I say it? Well, the fucking lady, the
Nice.
the person at
Oh my god,
Balenciaga
the
was
fucking lady. Oh god.
no,
This podcast now
no.
sponsored
You-
by Balenciaga.
Thank you, Balenciaga. No, and you haven't heard, you weren't there when they said this, but the fucking, so we were asking like, okay, what happens when the light goes out? Like, can you just replace the bulb or some shit? And basically, they're making it sound like once the lights out, the lights out. Okay,
send
but
it into
no,
Evelyn,
you have
have
to
them
go
fixed.
fucking ship it to Italy. They have to whatever the fuck they do.
Deconstruct the shoe.
Exactly,
Put
and then
another light
ship
bulb.
it back. So
Okay,
it's like,
I got opinions about this. If you have enough money to buy Balenciagas, if you're spending $800 or whatever on shoes,
They're like
over
1,000.
1,000.
okay, over 1,000, you should probably
Just buy another
not
pair.
be wearing the shoes or using the light feature on the shoes to such an
That much
extent
that
that
it
you're
goes
that.
out.
You know, I feel like if
I
you're
would.
if you've got money
I
to
would wear the
buy
light.
fancy ass designer shoes, you can't wear them that much. You can't wear them like regular
Obviously,
shoes. You
you're not
can't
gonna-
wear them for 8 months straight.
obviously, you're not gonna wear it every day, but it's like, I'm just saying, over time, like the light is gonna go out.
The light's
But
gonna
are
go
you
out.
walking around using the light every fucking day on your shoes? It's totally
I would
frivolous
leave it
and
on
pointless.
all day, every day.
I mean, you
Why
would,
not?
yeah.
When you see little kids running around at the mall and they got the light up shoes, the parents aren't letting them use it every minute of the day. Like,
Why?
you mess around
I
with
think
it
so.
sometimes. And also, that battery should last a long time. It's a fucking pathetic little light.
Just know I'm in the
Did you say
club.
pathetic?
Just know I'm in the club
not
flashing
that
the
big.
ankle all day.
Flash and ankle.
Yeah, you know,
such a
letting
hater.
the ankle flash.
Listen, if you're going to buy shoes that light up as an adult and spend $1,000 on this, you can't wear them that much.
So
The
you heard
the battery
this?
starts
You heard
running.
this?
Once the battery runs out, that's your fucking shoes telling you it's over.
Throw
You
it
don't need to
away.
wear
Go
these
get a new
shoes.
pair.
It was a fun joke. It was funny. They had lights.
How
blah,
is
blah,
it
blah.
a joke?
It's because
It's called flexing.
It's called
no,
flex.
buying
It's called
$1,000 shoes is a funny
Drip.
joke. It is a funny joke.
It's drip.
It's not. It's not that it's a bad thing. I've done it too. But you have to kind
you
of
don't
be.
you don't have light up ones though.
You have to be aware of the silliness of what you're doing when you wear $1,000
think
shoes.
they're silly at all.
It's an experience. You're buying something crazy.
Yeah, I feel like an idiot. I never was even for me.
I mean,
either.
I don't know.
You know, it's you're buying something that doesn't need to exist. That's totally frivolous and ridiculous, and it's fun
But
as
it's-
an experience
but it's
to let
drip.
everybody see.
But it's
How
drip.
flexed up and dripped up you are.
Listen,
Oh.
I feel like buying expensive designer shit as an experience makes sense to me. Buying expensive designer shit and
'Cause
then
you
wearing it for
like
6
it.
months until your fucking shoe battery runs out because for some reason some guy who designs for
She's-
Balenciaga thought it would be cool for you to have lights in your shoe. I don't know, man.
I don't know. She's probably still
Listen,
gonna wear them even
just
without the
know-
lights on.
How many times do you plan on wearing those? I'm gonna be honest. Just in general.
She has so many shoes. She has so many shoes though. Like
It
she's
just
not
goes
gonna
with
wear
whatever
them.
you're
She's not gonna
wearing.
fucking wear them for 8
Every
months
day.
straight.
If I knew that
My
you
bitch isn't a
were gonna
bum-ass
wear
bitch.
those
5
20
times.
times over the course of the next year, I wouldn't think it was that
The next
crazy.
year, as in from now. Wait. The next year, as in from now into 2020,
If you
or
No.
only wear it 20 times, I'm like,
If you have those shoes and you wear them once a week, I don't think that's out of the ordinary. But if you wear them like every fucking
okay, she's
day, I
definitely
think
not
that's
doing
weird.
that.
she might not even wear them once
Even
a week.
before we went to fucking Vegas, why are we talking about her closet? But even before we went to Vegas, she fucking bought another pair of Balenciagas. So
She
I'm sure
bought-
she's fine.
Yeah,
and
she's-
now about me, I bought a Louis Vuitton wallet and a bag.
The bag
How much
and
you
wallet
spend?
are both fire.
It's like $3,000, $4,000.
You bought this in Vegas or at like some kind of market?
No,
The
at
fuck
the
are
Louis
you talking about?
At the
I
fucking
bought
Louis
it at
Vuitton
Louis
store.
Vuitton store at
So you're saying it's
Crystal-
not fake?
At Crystal Shops, and I bought the other one in, I don't know, Aria fucking
In the
shops
fucking
or
Aria Mall.
Bellagio shops.
Blasio.
Bellagio, so fuck are
And
you?
we got the Balenciagas at the Balenciaga store.
Bring up the
Yeah,
next
asshole.
costume.
Fuck
Fury, let's
you.
get back
I'm
on
over
track.
this costume shit.
How long have
One
we been
more,
fucking
one more.
recording?
Okay, she looks great.
Megan and all her bitches dressed up as
Jesus
sexy
Christ.
Mortal Kombat characters. A plus.
I wish she was, fuck, what's the main one with the 2 pigtails? Come on.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Which one?
Chun-Li. Or if you
That's
guys...
Street Fighter. This is
Oh,
Mortal Kombat.
Same thing.
No.
If you guys
no.
watched Okay, fine, whatever.
Asian appropriation.
Whatever, Tokyo goons. You've never even been to Tokyo.
That's facts. I've never been.
Okay, Black China? No, Nicki Minaj.
I don't know.
That's
I don't
Nikki
know.
and her fucking murderer boyfriend?
Whoa.
Wow, that's cool.
Actually, that's a really cute
Yeah, I'm
costume
not gonna lie.
idea.
They snapped. They
Wait, but
snapped.
what?
on it.
He's Chucky and
And
she's
that's
just
Chucky's bride.
She's the bride of Chucky.
Oh,
But she
I've
just-
never seen that.
she
Also,
look-
does she
looks
have a
too-
name or is her name Bride of Chucky? If so, that sucks.
I think it's like Betty. I don't know. Something.
It should be
Betty Boop.
Latin X of Chucky.
What? You're so woke. You learn Latinx once, you bring it up in
I
every
don't even know.
conversation.
I still don't know what that even is.
It just
it's
means
like,
Latino.
Okay, look, listen. It's Latino for Latin men, or
Who's
Hispanic men.
that?
Saweetie.
Sweetie, looking bad.
And
as
Latina
fuck.
for the woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to be
Latinx.
gender.
You're Latinx.
Yeah.
What is she dressed up as though? I don't even know.
Joker?
That's
Or-
just a different Joker.
No, it's
Not like
it's
the
like the
Joker.
Joker's wife.
Joker's girlfriend. Joker has a girlfriend.
Yeah, watch Batman.
Harley Quinn dresses like that. I
Yeah.
thought she dresses in the red and the.
It's
Oh.
it's like it's like a couple
I never
different
watched
variations.
that fucking movie.
I'm out of touch with a lot
She
of
just
This
looks
is
like
like from
the
the
Joker
cartoon.
in the cards when I play with blackjack.
Exactly.
That's what I'm thinking about.
This is from like the cartoon.
I don't know
I'm thinking we need to go back to Vegas right now.
I really want to take a day where I just catch up on my Batman fandom and just like watch all the movies over because I just have forgotten about most of them.
Josh is like, yes.
Josh is like, yes, Batman is so cool. Josh, do you say the Batman?
No, but I've been waiting like 12 years for you to say
Not a real fan. Real fans say the Batman.
How long have we been fucking recording
We've
for?
been recording for 10 hours.
Huh?
Hour 30.
Hour 30. Show
Hour
me one
30.
more Halloween costume.
Oh, another Harley Quinn and another Joker.
Who is that though? That's
Oh,
Nikki
God.
again, right?
Yeah, her husband.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
her husband, but he's dressed as the Joker now?
Yeah.
God, this.
Harley Quinn.
Fuck.
Can we like
Who is this?
Nikki and?
Oh, how many times you fucking? Okay,
Can
so
we get
for-
somebody else's not them?
Who is that?
Sweetie.
Why are we should not do people twice, but whatever.
Show me one more. Who's that?
Jesus Christ.
That could be anybody. That's
More
me.
Jokers.
So he's just a motherfucker with a mask on.
Yeah, it's a Joker mask again.
But who is it?
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg.
That's kind of cool though.
Yeah,
he
it's
has a
alright, I
cigar
guess.
and
It's not even a
shit.
full body pick. I was expecting more.
Yeah, you
like
want to
the
see Snoop
chains.
Dogg's full body?
Pause.
Big
Yeah,
balls.
I love a tall, skinny guy though.
Chubby Red, that was good. He dressed up as himself.
That's himself after
He's
fucking
cosplaying.
Oh no,
himself.
that is that the other Joker? Oh, okay, never mind.
Two-Face, man.
Sorry, Two-Face, baby. Yeah, I'm on a roll today.
Give me the next one.
All right, this is a good one. I don't
Who's
know.
that?
This is
Tyga,
the best
Tyga.
fucking costume of 2019.
That's Tyga?
It's Tyga.
You know why I know it's Tyga? Because of the toys in the background.
Yeah, he has all the cos toys.
Wow, I like it.
I think this is.
That was
great.
actually a really
You
good one.
should be this next year.
Tyga wins.
Tyga won.
Tyga wins.
Tyga also did like 2 other ones that were really good.
I really feel like I didn't after last year, me and Lena said that we were gonna go really hard for Halloween and stuff. I feel like if you really want to go hard these days, you got to do like full face paint and a crazy outfit.
And you got to plan it out months and
I know
ahead.
it's so stressful because you every year it comes, you're like, okay, next year I'm gonna go
gonna
fucking
go
hard.
crazy.
Then it comes up and you're like, oh fuck, it's
But
next week.
when you're rich, you don't have to really plan it out in advance
Someone
because
else
like
plans it
when
for
I,
you.
Do
when
it
I
last
went to
minute.
Pump's house that second time, I walk in and there's just a makeup artist there just painting him up as the Avatar thing, and he kept going.
Yeah, but then also he probably was like, oh, I want to be this.
Right.
It's not like, you know.
But
He might have thought of that
when
on the
it's
spot.
as easy as the makeup artist just coming to your house and transforming you into whatever that you want to be, which I guess when I did my Eminem one, that was my best one ever in my entire life was the Eminem costume for
That was
sure.
actually nuts. I'm not gonna lie.
That took a lot of work, and that's why Eminem one day will
We
be on
should
this
all be
podcast.
like McDonald things. Like
Who's
you should-
that?
Playboy Cardi.
It's Tyga again.
Oh,
You're a fucking Tyga fanatic. All right, this podcast is done.
Yeah.
Stick around if you want to watch Kim and House Phone on the live stream.
Watch us on the live stream. Thank you for tuning in. This has been the No Jumper Show. Hey.
Gang.
Wait. Me and Hook have a show December 6th in Seattle, and then I'm playing Rolling Loud LA after that. So let's go.
Streamer continues to stream.
And
Definitely
restart.
God
Continue.
damn it. Fuck